All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Season 20 Grand Finals here at Club Conflict. I'm glad you've joined the stream. I've got a great show for you tonight here. We've got Silent Empire 10-0 versus Value Gaming 8-2 in a best-of-5 Grand Final. And I'll tell you what, we've been waiting for this match, and we couldn't be happier to bring it to you. We're joined by three of our great friends here. We're joined by members of the Paw Patrol, kadin, kwidge, and Marty Jr. Guys, how you doing? Kwidge, Marty Jr., and kadin, how you guys doing?
Doing pretty solid.
All right, man. I'm excited to watch the match.
Yeah, this is going to be great. We're getting ready to join the action here in just a moment. We'll be cutting into the server.
Nuke is map 1. That's a confident pick.
Nuke, map 1. Yeah, actually that's going to be...
Historically, they're pretty good at nuke, though, so I can see where they'd come from that.
All right, guys. Let's see here. We're ready up. As soon as I ready up, I can start. Okay, we're gonna have to got ready again. Now, did they already veto? Did we miss the veto? I didn't.
Yeah, they vetoed.
Okay, so what's I guess the first map's gonna be nuke.
Yep. And then I forgot the second. I think Cash was the second. Hold on.
I was gonna write it down, but I didn't. Cash, I think, is 2. I feel like Overpass is 3.
Overpass is 5.
Overpass last?
Yeah.
Then maybe Mirage? I don't know. I know the 2 bands were Dust 2 and Train, so.
I guess now would be a good a time as any to start seeing our opinions on this match. Which teams may or may not come out on top.
I don't know, man. Historically, throughout their ESCA season and the ClubConflict a regular season, Silent Empire has been a solid force on nukes. I'm gonna take them for this one.
Kadin?
You know, man, I gotta say, we played Silent Empire, and they're just very coordinated as a team. So, I mean, unless the individuals from Value Gaming can pop off, I don't see this going even 5 maps. I think this might be a 3-1, 3-0 for Silent Empire.
Okay.
Historically, in the ClubConflict League, I believe Value Gaming, Silent Empire. Value Gaming being 10-0 in this league, and Silent Empire being 8-2. So, do you believe that coming into that match may be even the want for Silent Empire to win even further because they had lost them in the series before?
I'm not really sure. I know Silent Empire did play Value early in the season, and it was really close. I think Silent came out on top there, and it was on nuke, but it was close. So it could really go either way on this one.
Yeah, it's weird. Honestly, I don't know why. If you're gonna go down on nuke in the regular season, unless they put a lot of practice into it, since we've last seen them, I don't understand why they wouldn't initially. Or I guess in this format, you get 1 pick. So Silent Empire should be taking this map convincingly, even. If I were Value Gaming, I would try my hardest, obviously. But when the inevitable happens, which I think Silent Empire will take the map, you gotta just keep your heads up and move into the second map, which they have an advantage on. They've been practicing on, which I believe is Cash.
Yeah.
I agree. I think this map one's definitely going to be going to Silent Empire. We've seen how they play on Nuke. We've seen how they play as a team, and I believe that teamwork is going to be what makes them come out on top.
Seems like we're all on the same page here. Silent Empire to take Nuke, but something going in Value's favor is that they do get to start CT, so they could get off to a really sick lead.
Going live here.
All right, and we're off. Looks like we're gonna have a decent, normal buy from the CT side. Just body armor across the board. The only one with nades is Pat Vader, which makes sense. The IGL from Silent Empire probably has something up his sleeve.
No kit though on Value, which is kind of surprising.
Already we see a rush onto the upper bomb site, and the bomb's gonna go down. Chaos ensues, but left in a 3-on-3, so this could swing either way.
Omen planting the bomb in sight. Now a 3-on-2 Pat Vader with 5 HP. Omen taking down Excelfer in the rafters.
Pat Vader's gotta start moving. He is not in a position to save this bomb. It's not even planted for him. They're just sticking it. They don't have a kit. If Too Smart gets off the bomb, that's it. That's the round for Silent Empire. His only option was to stick it, but even then, Pat Vader was going to swing wide. The kill is just consolation at this point. Value Gaming are going to get the first round.
He's put up a great fight in that round. 4 kills, was on for the ace, but couldn't connect the last one. That's unfortunate. But great effort from him.
Really good round. So if I'm Silent Empire now, you got the bomb down. Do you force back into this? Like, look at Oman's money. He's got 4,500. You can buy an AK, basically full nade, and like he's going to go ahead and do that.
I think they're definitely making the right choice here. Yeah.
So
3 SMGs, 4 SMGs, not a bad idea considering they're on a full eco because of the new economic update. 1 rifle, they're gonna take that outside. Nope. Yep.
Here we see Silent Empire taking the outside. Taking the picks down, both Flu and Too Smart going down to the T-Rush outside. And they're now pushing Secret.
If they could just get one more kill out of this, I think this would be a successful round for Value. I don't see it happening though. Yeah, no.
Might be taken down by Pat Vader and Secret. Mez being the last one alive.
Oh, that's frustrating. I guess the dank on Omen, but that's going to be Silent Empire converting 2-0.
That one is expected though, full eco.
In the old meta, this should be another save, but with the new update, you get 1900 for the first round loss after the pistol.
You buffed economy.
Yeah, and so I think
put an op on Mez.
had this been like an older version, the last patch, this would be another save coming out from Gaming, but a fast upper rush from Silent Empire. And
Say Omen running into sight. He takes down its Midnight Smoky, taking down Excelfer.
Not the buy round start that Value wanted.
yeah, this is terrible. This is not, this is not what you wanted going into your first buy round. Too Smart is going to find a frag on the AR-5, which is a heavy hitter, but at this point, the damage is done. Bombs down. It's a retake scenario with 1 kit. The kit goes down, and so does the round.
Yeah, in a 5v3 post-plant scenario on Nuke where you have to preserve that CT economy, I would have even considered saving in this round.
I think it was just at the point where like they got rushed, they had no opportunity to save.
Yeah,
Once
they
2 of their members went down,
Mez goes down, and he loses the op.
So that's
massive
nothing.
buy.
You can see we're round 4 and people are averaging $5,500, $6,000 already on the T side, so their economy is set for another couple buys at the very least.
And like I know it's early, it's round 4, but if you only have 2 players on Value Gaming with kills, it's Too Smart and Mez with the only kills on the team. Like you can't win rounds. Obviously, it is round 4. They only had 1 full buy, so you can't fault them too much. But here we go. We see a Deagle, a couple of light pistols for Value Gaming, but yeah, this should be another clean round for Silent Empire, who's building up quite the bank.
There you go. So who do you guys think is like a player to look out for in terms of this match specifically on Nuke?
On Nuke, I'd probably go with Shazzy because I feel like this is a very op-heavy map. It's outside, there's long ranges, you can go to ramp with it. If he's mobile on the CT side, Shazzy could easily go off. But I don't even know if we're going to have to see much of a T side or CT side Silent because, I mean, they're just cleaning up on the T side right here. This could just be a one-sided affair.
I also think that AR-5 is one to watch with his entry frags. We've been seeing Not necessarily now, but to come from at least our past experience, we know that he has been able to take sites quickly with that AK. So I'm really watching on AR5, hoping he comes out shooting.
Definitely. Look at Blue, he's on top of the hut.
This is what's going on here. This is a 2v1 left for. Oh, that's
Pat Bader with the headshot.
Here, round 4.
He's gonna collect that up too, get that in Shazzy's hands. Maybe going for a peek outside.
Alright, well,
He has
at
the
least we got
spawn.
2 more players on the board for Value Gaming.
That's positive sense. I would not be surprised if Shazzy picked outside here. He has the spawn, he has the op, he has the skill. Might as well.
3 ops coming in on the CT
3
side.
ops.
Let's see where Shazzy's going. I want to see if he decides to challenge one of these. They have no idea. You have to go into this round expecting 1 op tops, maybe 2. Obviously, they're at almost max loss bonus, so they are getting money, but Shazzy will not be expecting the ops, I don't think.
On a map like Nuke, where you have the A rushes, you have these outside pushes with the smokes, the wall of smokes, you need utility as a CT to hold it off. And it's clear that they've prioritized the op over the utility, which is something that Blue's gonna find too, though. Blue's gonna find 3.
3 in sight. Zelfer taking down Pat Bader with the op.
Wow.
Zelfer coming in with the double and the first round for Value Gaming.
That
Gonna bring
round
all
falls
3
apart so quickly if Flu doesn't get a third there, because you see Shazzy was posted up at the squeaky door. He was ready to get the trade right away. And oh, shit, I like that.
They do carry all 3 ops in the next round, which is good because they have to start building that economy. And if they wanted to reinvest in a triple op, then that would have tanked it. So it's good at least that they bring back all 3.
Seeing that there is 3 ops, we're really hoping that someone on Value Gaming will make a play with it, because if the T's are able to take a very secluded site, peeking with the op is just going to be all that harder.
Yeah, basically with the setup that Value Gaming has going, they are confident in their side hold, and they are not confident in their retakes, because you cannot go into a retake with 3 ops. It's just not going to work. You're going to get caught at those tricky angles, like you mentioned, at the upper bomb site. Even the lower bomb site, just trying to retake it is very difficult with an op. You have to have some sort of automatic weapon. And I mean, it's starting out well for them. They get AR5 down. That is their entry fragger.
Omen down at 7 HP. The T's are pretty low.
They are low, and that's a trade back into a 4v4. They're still grouped up in control, so we're not necessarily sure what the plan is from them.
We have Omen, who is pushed outside into the secret.
This is just trades across the board right now.
Smokey coming in with 2 huge entry frags.
Oh, Too Smart from Heaven. Gonna miss the shot onto the bomb planter.
Pat's gonna go down here. Yeah, Too Smart's gonna get him. And there we
Wow.
go.
That's a cleanup. That's huge. I mean, although they did win the round, they are left with 2 players, and like that's good. That's a consolation. They both have ops, but that leaves them weak. If they lose this round, that's a save. They
Yeah,
don't
look
have
at
any sort of bank.
Look at the economy on the T side, though. Only after 2 rounds, the economy, they have 1 more buy left. That's it.
I guess AR5 has a sawed off.
I'm not really sure
He
what
had
that's
enough for an
Plan, I
AK.
guess.
Like, he definitely had enough for an AK going into that round.
and he's headed towards outside with the sawed.
Yes, that might have been a misbuy. I don't. And he's already down to 25 HP. So AR5's not having the greatest round of his life, but we'll see if he can make something work.
Excited to see what he does with it.
Yeah, if we can get our eyes on him.
Down into secret. He's gonna be turning the corner. He's gonna be met by Zelfer down in.
The T team securing secret easily, getting ready to push out into the bomb site B.
Oh, it's Midnight with a flank. Gonna catch AR5. He was the one with the sawed off, so he wasn't expected to do much, but we're left on a 3-on-3 at the lower bomb site. And they got 2 ops to retake it with. That nade is gonna help out, though. That's huge.
Huge pick for Value Gaming.
Considering the double up on the retake and the post plant scenario, you have to favor Silent here.
Especially with that pick. And ooh, through the smoke, they have this perfect setup. Omen's gonna line up on the bomb.
Too Smart hitting the bomb again. Smokey gets Smokey.
And they line up.
And Smokey takes them both down to secure Silent Empire's 5th round.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking if you're Value Gaming, because now look at the economy. The only one with money is Too Smart, who saved that op. He was the only one who's been living. He has on 4 deaths, so obviously he's been pulling his weight as well as avoiding going down. So now he's left in a scenario where he's got money to go work with.
I'm not sure if I necessarily agree with the buy out of value though, because they just got reset. They're down 5-2 on the CT side, and this is a heavily CT sided map. You have to get control, and have a half buy on a couple players and then a full save on others. It's not making a lot of sense to me.
We have the mass amount of picks going down on the outside. The CT pushing up onto the T. Jazzy taking down Mess in the squeaky room, and Omen taking down Excelfer for the last pick. Round 6 going to Silent Empire.
Yeah, I really don't understand why Mess and Flu decided to buy up in that round, because now they're left on a situation where they can't really buy.
Clearly a little miscommunication there.
I think that must have been.
Their economy is going to be struggling for the next few rounds.
And now you have the full eco again, at least from Zelfer, who's on almost 6k. Not gonna drop a couple pistols, not gonna invest in something for himself. Economically, I'm not really sure what's going on, yeah.
There's a possibility of investing for M4s possibly next round.
A little bit of a struggle there from Silent Empire, moving on to the bomb site. Actually losing in terms of health points, but they do have the man advantage. AR5 on 1 health with that UMP. I would wonder if Shazzy would give that up. And yeah, looks like they might even make a trade here. Shazzy for AR5's up. No. Flu's gonna go in from Squeaky, find the frag, and AR5, he can't take that. He's got 1 HP, he's gotta fall back, and he's gonna get caught out by Too Smart. Vader looks in a 1-on-1, obviously to clutch that out. UMP, reigning supreme. Get that money.
Pat Vader not necessarily known for hitting headshots, more being the brains behind the operation, but he's displaying a little bit of skill here, and I'm liking it.
Wow, look at the buy from the CT side.
These guys love ops. I don't know what to tell you, man. I can't even pick out who's gonna go where, because I feel like almost at this point every player on the team's had an op.
Yeah.
At some point in the match.
Shazzy's gonna be on top of Hut though with an op looking for that opening pick. Specializes in that.
It's interesting. They have 2 ops, yet we don't see any of them going outside. Mess actually going to pick off Shazzy from on top of the silo. That's huge.
That's
the
a
up or
big
down.
scalp to take.
And now they're going to be moving down into the lower bomb site. Omen going to find another opening frag onto It's Midnight. And that should, with the exception of Too Smart, be the bomb ready for the planting.
You have to say they save here.
Yeah,
you have to. They have not been confident in their retakes. They're running the double op right now. They cannot go for this. They can't afford it.
Too Smart's going to peek it anyways, see if he can get any T's peeking the ramp. He hits one through the wall, but it's taken down by AR5 as well as Flu. Zelfer with the op running away.
So, I mean, just right there, they concede not only this round, but the next 2, in my opinion, because you've got to save. You can't go down with an op and an M4 and just be left with this last op, which, I mean, is going to get saved. He's nowhere near the situation, but I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know if they have someone who's going to be able to step up and make that play. If Zelfer can maybe go outside or go towards ramp, they need to find an early pick if they want to have anything going for them in this round. Other than that, it should be a full save into buying next round.
Yeah, the presence of the best of 5 format that we have in the grand final right now, in terms of longevity, is the economy. You have to know how to handle your economy, and so far I am not convinced with what Value is doing with their economy, that they can make it throughout the series.
And I mean, again, it's just this weird buy from Midnight. Yeah. I guess since with the loss bonus they're going to be getting 3,400 next round, that's fine, but he's still not going to be on full nades. Like
When the T's are taking bomb sites way too easily, it means you're not using your counter utility well enough. And for them to be investing into shotguns and stuff like that on these kind of rounds where you know you're probably not favored anyway, it doesn't make sense. You should be storing up for utility, and you should be... And a team shot gonna be coming in?
Yeah, I noticed that as well. And another thing is like you're going into that round, you have the Nova, but I mean, you don't need the head armor. You know what your opponents are gonna have. They're gonna have AKs and ops. So I mean, maybe they know something we don't, but moving into the 12th round here, Silent Empire it's kind of domination, and obviously, you know you got to do it to him. You're losing 2-9, you got to pull off the Scar 20. Where's he going to go with that? Let's get our eye on Sulfur. Headed up into heaven. There we go. That's a good place to sit. And already the bomb site is almost gone. Too Smart with a huge double frag. That's
a triple from Too Smart. He's going to be traded.
CT's taking down the T's one by one. Pat Vader left alive in the A side with 25 HP. Let's see what he can do.
Oh no.
Taking down Exelfer in heaven. It's a one-on-one.
Oh.
And Mez taking him down, securing Value Gaming 3rd round in map 1.
That's not even a win, man. That's not a round win. You have one person left with. In a 3-on-1 situation, you come away with one person. The economy is not in a situation where they can be just dropping like flies like that. They gotta play more smart. In a 3-on-1 situation, you see the smoke down, you know he's in hut, and they're peeking, they're holding angles. I just feel like that could have been definitely coordinated more efficiently.
Yeah, definitely a scary win. But something that you can also point out, which is scary in its own right, is that we hyped up Shazzy before the game in terms of finding openings, his multi-kill potential, all this stuff. But right now he's on 5 kills, and Silent is still up 9-3 on the T side of Nuke. So imagine if that guy comes online in future maps in the series, it's going to be a frightening thought, at least.
And not only that, but AR5 as well, almost non-existent. As I say that, he's going to pick up 2. So 2-on-2 situation here for Silent Empire, and as Too Smart is going to peek from the vent, leaving it in a 1-on-1 situation.
Massive pick on Midnight.
This is very awkward. Shazzy has full nades. He knows where Too Smart is, I believe, and the quick skill's not going to hit. I mean, these rounds are not like they're not wins. You can't.
I'm not convinced of the utility usage on either side, to be honest. He had full nades on a 1v1. And I'm a Shazzy fan, but still, in that scenario, you gotta isolate some angles because he could be literally anywhere in that lower side.
Another thing is, these rounds are being won, I don't want to say solely by Too Smart, but a lot of them come down to Too Smart. He's got 9 deaths and 14 kills, so he's outputting damage and taking a minimal amount of damage at the same time. So he's really stepping up here for Value Gaming, and I think without him, this might be, I don't know, like a 2-11 game.
And he is the ace.
Like nothing ever happened. Silent Empire being melted away.
That was pretty to watch. I don't think it really. It's an eco ace, but nonetheless, that's gonna boost him a little bit. Actually, gonna get his kills above Too Smart, just like that.
Gaming. Do we possibly see a snowball happening? Come one round, come all.
I think this round is huge. I think they win this round. They have the potential to win the pistol, convert. Used to be 3-0. This is not going to be a 2-0 because of the new update. But in 9-8 situation, while they're on the T side, if they have something going for them, if they know they're smoked, if they have some strats, it's doable. But I don't see it happening.
Yeah, but with the you go
Go
ahead. All right. Well, with the individual skill, at least on Value, you'd expect the side that they're more dominant on to be the CT side. They're going on a T, but like with the cohesion that's on Silent Empire, they're going to have a pretty dominant CT side. So, although they could win the pistol in the end, I think Silent's still going to take this. But I'd like to see them put up a good fight at least.
Three on 3. What was that from Matt? He's just gonna jump out of heaven. Really doesn't value his life too much anymore, no pun intended. And now we have 2-on-2 pushed to a 2-on-1. Too Smart with it all to do. The player who's really stepping up for Value Gaming. I think he knows where both these players are. Switches to the M4. They're right on top of each other. He's gonna get the double spray down, and that's a 9-6.
And here we see Too Smart again, the MVP of Value Gaming, coming in with another clutch, allowing Value Gaming to go 6-9 in the first half. Huge round for Value Gaming.
I think had Too Smart lost that, this game is certainly over. That's a huge not only a confidence booster, but just in terms of actual rounds. Like 6 obviously is good, but had they been left with 5, they could have been in a world of trouble. And we're moving right into the pistol round here. And doesn't look like Value Gaming has any sort of strategy in mind, just kind of brute forcing it with the 5 body armor A-ramp setup, the ramp setup here. I don't this could work.
Yeah, it definitely could. Value Gaming pushing with Glocks, getting into the B side to hopefully get that early plan.
Yeah, there's nothing scarier than a Glock push when all you got is USB. And I mean, Smokey and AR5 are going to chime in, but we're in a 3-on-3 situation. That bomb, it should be going down.
Oh man, looking to deny the plant here, and he's not going to find it. It's behind the pillar. But Flu's flanking around. You got to keep an eye out for that. Here he comes.
Ooh,
no man.
boy.
The T's down. The first round of the second half going to Silent Empire.
You got to look at this from Value Gaming's perspective. Obviously, they're upset they lost that 3v3. They get the bomb down. You save right here. and this is a game. 11-6. Obviously, it's not easy. You're going up against a team who, on paper, is just better than you on this map. So you're gonna have to pull something out. But I think, yep, they're gonna come up with a save here. They're not gonna go for the sneaky force buy, and they have a chance moving to the next round.
Yeah, with the new economic boost, it's definitely possible to upgrade pistols after you get the plant down. Meta kind of changing in that way, but force ups, at least on second round, we don't tend to see anymore.
Zelfer just running into sight, getting picked by AR5. And
He doesn't care.
He doesn't
He's
care.
now moving on the outside. It's midnight, possibly making a play.
Not much you can do with the clock.
Block shots into CT with hopes of something.
Yeah, that's ambitious.
Going down to the spray. Shazzy's taking down into midnight on the roof. Too Smart being picked by Pat Vader. And
Ooh!
Chaz, the last one
Nice
alive,
shot from Matt Mies, dude.
taking Pat Vader.
He has potential to take down a couple more players here. They're two low players, and anything that limits the economy at this point is good.
Bit of a weird buy, I gotta say, from Silent Empire, because usually what I see is, you get like either FAMAS and M4s across the board, maybe one scout, or just go straight SMG. These guys, I feel like they're just buying whatever they want. They got scouts, they got an MP5 in there, MP9, all the MPs, and that M4 to top it off.
All the MPs.
And
All the MPs.
all the MPs, man. And AR5 is gonna find that last frag, which is good. I mean, he was one of the ones on the SMG, so it's good to get that extra money in. And now we got ourselves around. Do you upgrade the SMGs?
Oh, the thing is, if you're gonna buy the SMG second round, which, like you said before, with the new economic update, we tend to see more rifles coming out. But if you're gonna buy the SMGs, you can't drop them the next round. You have to make that commitment and stick with them for the bonus round.
I feel that could be the downfall of Silent Empire this round. Their lack of ARs.
This team really likes ops, man. 2 ops on the T side for their first buy round.
I mean, if they can make it work,
They can make it work.
T's taking control of the outside. Mez pushing CT spawn. Blue getting 2 picks through Squeaky. Huge.
AR5, 1.
AR5 staying alive, running away, waiting for his teammates to help.
Great
AR5.
positioning from AR5.
Agreed, very much so. Got a 2-on-3. T's being low. Mez being the only one with 100 HP.
This would be a tough round for Value to lose. I got to be honest, because you have that on a 5-on-3, I believe, maybe even a 5-on-2 at some point, and then AR5 comes out of nowhere, gets 2 kills. They do have the upper bomb site, and Too Smart's gonna pick up the frag on AR5, so this should be done. And I think that SMGs came back to bite them.
AR5 has had so much potential to go huge in that round. Both low players are right in front of him, but the flashbang hits himself, and you know how that goes.
Yeah, that's
Very
rough.
awkward push by AR5. Not only was he able to be seen by Too Smart, but the players, I believe it was Exelfer or Smoke, sitting behind the vent, was also able to see him as he pushed.
And I mean, they're on the board for the second half, which is more important than it may seem. An 11-7 half is winnable.
Definitely.
So it's not out of the realm of conversation. They are going to need to figure out how to counter the ops that are eventually going to come out from Shazzy, and potentially double op setup if we do see it. Because right now they haven't really been tested in terms of rifle rounds. They just went into a bunch of SMGs, kind of just mowed them apart. And this should be another simple round for Value Gaming, barring some sort of insane play with these 5.7s that have pushed all the way through HUT.
Too Smart taking up AR5 in the A site. That's taking down Pat Vader and Omen trading with Exelfer. Too Smart walking into A site like it is.
They got to try and get at least one more kill, because I mean, we saw in the first half what these dominant T-side rounds can have. They can just bring a whole half of buys. I can't even remember, besides that one ace from Mess in the first half, a time that Silent Empire had to save. They were just on buys the whole time, and it was because of these convincing rounds like this one from Value Gaming, where they had at least 3 players alive, that they were able to build up the economy and keep those buy rounds rolling. Now let's see if the op comes out. They Shazzy can pick up the op, but he won't have the armor. It's actually another save.
Excelper picking up the op on the T side with no armor, the glass cannon coming in. Blue taking down Shazzy AR5 trading, and it's Midnight taking down AR5 with Omen on the trade. Here we see 2 AKs given to the CT side. Do you think they could do something with them?
They are AKs. They have that one-shot headshot potential, but it's gonna need to be some miraculous play. Smokey hears mess out here. Heaven. Oh,
Smoke is spraying him down, but he does only have 12 HP and no armor. Master Push hitting him with the deagle, taking him down. Huge pick for the T side.
Value Gaming going into this round, we're probably expecting ops because you know they had lost that SMG round. They went on to a full save, and then now they're saving again. It's very rare that you see a double save like this. They clearly want ops. Next round, I expect 2 ops. I expect it.
But they came into this game having an economic game plan in mind, which is something that's very respectable because it seemed with like Value, for example, it seems like they've been a little bit more lax with their economy, which is something that's not the best habit for teams that we've been seeing. But it seems like Silent Empire has a game plan going into this, at least with their economy and what they want to do in terms of saving and buying.
Omen getting one of the picks, trying to get the other, but being brought down to 23 HP.
He's dead.
The last CT and getting the round.
This is a two-round game here. This buy round means a lot. This is a key turning point in terms of who's going to be starting to steamroll in the second half.
All right, where's the second op from side? I don't understand that. You do
Yeah.
a double eco like that, and you're not even gonna get a second op. So
Well, the double equal does allow them to have full utility, including mollies almost across the board. And as we were talking about last half, these grenades, they're very important in just
Yeah.
keeping T's at bay. Omen getting a massive pick on himself from Squeaky, mauling himself out, and we see a mixed placement of T's. He's being brought down by Shabby outside.
I don't know what Value Gaming is doing. They're just kind of pushing one by one, trying to find picks. I think they're confident because they haven't lost a round this half. They're thinking, we got this, we can win this game. Let's just make some plays. But or sorry, they haven't lost a round after the pistol round. And I think it's coming back to bite them because now they're left on a 5-on-2 and they don't have anywhere to go.
Blue's going to be creeping down the ramp. There is nobody on the lower. Oh, there's one. There's Smokey on the lower side. So if he does come down the ramp, but Chassis going to spot him first. He's going to tag him up.
Chassis having a bit of a rough game, and you're right. You brought it up earlier. If he's having a rough game and you're winning, that's a good sign looking forward into the series. So I only expect greatness from him.
That's a great shot from Chassis. 9 HP
Wow.
to the devil. Headshot.
Terrific shot. coming out by
Insult
Chad.
to injury.
It's Midnight hoping to find the trade. Will
Just
he
looking
be able to get it? He will. 1-on-4. It's Midnight.
He has to be looking to save at this point. Probably scouring for the op, trying to find it.
5
little confused
seconds
with
and an op that's MIA.
He's still looking. No, they found it.
Oh.
Then he can. What are you doing?
And he couldn't get it.
Does bring an AK in the next round though. Drop that over to
Empire
Excel.
now leading 12-9 on map 1 of the best of 5.
Am I back?
You're back. Welcome back.
There we go, boy.
We did see Shazzy finding that that outside battle win outside, you know, winning that duel, which is good, but he doesn't have the op this round, so it's going to be a little bit concerning as they storm onto the A side. Trades going in the favor of Silent Empire. Looking at a 3v2 here, but he's very much still in it. They're going to find a couple more kills here, and going to lose the round.
I feel that rush through Squeaky, even though that smoke was dropped, was a play that that one person was taken down too early. That first trade, it quickly goes in favor of the CT. And Silent Empire picks up that round, leading 15 now. Very interesting buy coming out. from the T's, mixed pistols all around, so the saving to re-arm themselves with ops. Shazzy getting the massive pick on Flu outside with the op in heaven. The T's are going to continuously push into hell, hoping to get that pick on ramp. Mez pushing up. AR5 taking down Delpher outside.
This is a rough round for. Oh, right when I say it, they get 2 picks and it's a 2-on-3. It's doable now. They don't have the armor. They do have the AK. They can get this bomb onto a site. There's a chance.
So is Too Smart trying to wrap ramp with the bomb right now? Is that what's going to happen?
I don't know. I feel like he might have had an opportunity going up that ladder. Of course, he doesn't know that Shazzy's there.
I think he had an inclining though. He was looking up there.
He did have an inclining, and now
He
he's
did
going
have
down to
an
that.
That's
He's going down to that bottom site, and it's open. Well, Omen's at the door, and Omen is now fragged mess.
If he can get the plant here, that's a victory in itself, and he's gonna get it. He's gonna get away with it. Oh, wait a kick.
Huge round going to Value Gaming.
Hey, Too Smart.
By only being able to plant the bomb and removing 3 CTs.
I gotta say it's impressive, but too little, too late. I gotta be honest. Unless they can pull this round back in their favor and go on a string of rounds, you're down the barrel of match point. There's too much pressure. I think for a team like this at this level, you gotta really stay composed. Just do what you do best and frag.
From what we've seen from Value, at least they're somewhat of an individual skill team relying on that skill level, and so far all we're seeing is Too Smart and Me's showing up. The other 3 are a little bit offline. Let's hope that they can get online for the rest of the series, because we want to see some competitive games out here.
All right. Well, Shazzy's gonna find the opening pick onto Zelfer. That's not hugely impactful. I gotta say, Zelfer has kind of been bait the entire game, 6-20. It's just one of those games. We've all been there. 5-on-4. Look at where Mess is. Mess is all the way outside towards CT spawn. Do they know he's here? No.
Now they do.
And why isn't Smokey turning?
Yeah. Oh, he's not being traded yet.
Smokey picking up Too Smart, knowing that Mies is on the flank. Picks up Mies too. Flu taking down Pat Vader in the A site. 2v2. It's Midnight picking up Omen. Huge pick for the T's, being able to plant the bomb down. 2v2 T's in sight, but low on HP.
AR5 with the shotty. Don't pull out the shotty. And they're gonna win the end. It's 4K from Smokey. Great stuff from him.
Huge
Yeah,
play.
it's climbing the
Smokey
leaderboard.
has really been the player to watch on Silent Empire.
Yeah. And like I know we brought it up multiple times, but Shazzy's just not there, but the rest of the team is, which is promising that we're seeing even frags across the board, at least from Silent.
I mean, excluding Shazzy, there's a 5-kill difference between all the players. I know it sounds like we're ratting on Shazzy here, but
Yeah, no. We expect great things.
we expect greatness from that man.
Yeah. Yeah, he's such
I feel that Diamond's gonna forge under pressure. Next
Yeah.
game, I have a feeling Shazzy's gonna be coming out of his shell.
Science talk.
And if he does, that's not going to be so good for Value Gaming. Just going to put it that
There
way.
is. That's the opening we're talking about. That's what we need to see out of Silent Empire if they're going to end this series in dominating fashion. Gotta catch Glitzman. Great flick from Shazzy. He's looking for the 3rd here. Too Smart around the corner. Not going to be peeking it though. Shazzy going to maybe reposition. Specializes in that at least.
Oh, picking up Too Smart.
Yep.
Huge frag.
That's the ref's calling it. You're left. Yeah, Zelfer and Flu with it all to do, and
Okay.
no way to enter it. All right, John. And no way to enter to the bomb site. That's Zelfer going down. Flu on 31 HP with a dream.
And I think
On
that
top
this
of Marshmallow.
is map 1.
I think he hops off here. I think he just. There it is. Oh no! Why would you do that?
Flu, why are you gonna do that to us?
Flu, come on, man. You already hurt.
I think he's just delaying the inevitable. And
Yeah.
Omen's gonna finish it up with an assist from Zelfer, and that's gonna be map 1, going in favor of
Honestly,
Silent Empire.
considering how favored Silent were going into this, it's their first map pick. It's clearly a dominant map for them, a confident pick for them. It's not bad signs necessarily from Value. It's only the first map, and they've got 9 rounds. It's not bad.
Yeah, I also got to say, towards the end of that first half, there were signs of life. Like they
There were
seemed
signs of
lost the entire game up until that point, and then there's sort of like a shift in the momentum, and they picked up the final 4 rounds of the half. Fortunately, that wasn't enough. It was too late at that point, and yeah.
I feel Value Gaming's in the same situation. Well, yeah, pretty much the same situation, mainly because once some of their players wake up and they're starting to assist Mies too smart, I feel like that this game could become even more interesting.
All right, well, map number 2, Cache. Let's see what it has to offer. I mean, this is Value's map, so let's see what they can bring to the table. I want to see what side they start on, because I think with this format, Silent Empire gets the choice. So
yeah, they do get the choice, I'm pretty sure. But while we're waiting, at the very least, what can we take away from that last map? Like, what are the win conditions for Value to maybe take a map off Silent?
I hate to say it, but you got to have Zelfer starting to get some kills. I don't want to be that guy. I mean, it's a rough game. Maybe just getting warmed up. But you can't go 6-21 or whatever he was. So I think if he steps up and Too Smart keeps the form that he's at, there's a chance. Also, you have to keep in mind Shazzy also has to play the way Shazzy played last map, which was, I mean, not bad, but mediocre. And I think there's a chance for Value Gaming to swing right back into this.
Definitely agreed. I'm really looking forward to what Shazzy's got in store for us, and Too Smart again, closing out a few of those clutch rounds, giving, wow, almost 3-4 rounds of Value Gaming last match. So I'm definitely expecting big things from him as well.
Yeah, he's definitely set the standard here at the ClubConflict Season 20 Grand Finals between Silent Empire and Value Gaming.
I gotta say, Cash is a good pick for Value Gaming. Yeah, I just looking at the way they played Nuke, they were very loose style. They didn't seem like they had many executes going into that. Cash, you do need to have that form of teamwork on the T side, but there's so many opportunities, like for mid example or peeking B or going into A main, to find that pick, which is what Value Gaming is going to rely upon here. And they're individual aimers. They're going to have to find some opening frags if they want to take this map.
Yeah, definitely Cash, not a bad choice considering that we know that Nuke, we know that Overpass, and we know that Train are all fan favorites of the Silent Empire guys, and Cash, not necessarily that they're bad on it or anything, but it's not one of their preferred maps. But this is a map that shows a lot of individual skill. It's a really puggy map, so if you're going to stand a chance against a really structured team like Silent Empire, Value Gaming, this is your best bet.
I also think that we're definitely going to be watching Smokey, especially on the CT side, his ability to push and get those quick frags, especially in A and B main. He's going to be making big plays, very big plays on the CT side.
Making waves.
For sure.
For sure.
Oh, show, massive waves.
Fun show.
I just want to see Too Smart go off again, because that was
Honestly,
That was exciting. That was exciting.
that was huge. I think if they want to win, Too Smart's got to either keep it going or have some form of that going into the second map and third map. Hopefully a fourth map. I think it's possible.
Do we know when Inferno's being played?
I believe it is after this map, but that don't
Quote you on
I
it.
guess we'll
don't
find
quote me. Yeah.
I love Pat Vader's mindset when it comes to Inferno. I've watched a lot of his demos, and he really puts in the work.
Yeah, I mean, when we went up against them in the semis, I think going into Inferno, we thought we had a chance, and I mean we did. It's just at the end of the day, their sort of structure, Pat Vader's, his plan,
His system.
So,
His system.
map 2, who do we got?
I'm gonna be risque. I'm gonna lean it towards Value because I feel like they're gonna come back with this burning passion to hit headshots, and we're gonna see Too Smart drop like 40.
I'm gonna say overtime.
Overtime.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Wow.
I honestly think this could go overtime just based on how that first map went, knowing that this is their pick, Value Gaming. Obviously, Silent Empire has the aimers to plan any map, but here we go. A B rush from Value Gaming.
I feel that this map is going to define the rest of the best of 5.
Shazzy. known to be a USP player as well as an AWP player, and he's
He
showing
must
us.
have heard us.
Here.
Yeah,
he must have heard us.
He's pissed. He
He's
doesn't
pissed.
like the way we've been talking about him. Left on 1 HP, picking up 3
I
flick shots with that USP.
I think he may have heard us.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh god. Wrong person to upset.
Zelfer with it all to do.
Shazzy with 1 HP, probably gonna take Zelfer down 2.
Shazzy's creeping. You know he wants that kill.
Oh, we know
You know he
Shazzy
wants
wants it. Only
He's gonna
picking
flick
up
it.
Zelfer.
Appreciate it.
First round going to Silent Empire. Huge win on the CT side on Overpass.
I
Although
don't
Oh, go
I
ahead.
don't believe that Value Gaming has won a pistol round. I could be wrong.
No, you're right. They have not won the any pistol rounds.
So, especially for a team that relies on their individuals, that's
Yeah.
huge. The pistol rounds are, in my opinion, almost entirely aim. Obviously, there's some strategy going into it, but there's no nades to play with. There's no rifles. That you just gotta point and click. It's all the pistol round is, and going
Yeah.
down the 3rd pistol round in a row. Silent Empire looking like they're in charge.
Because of
Shazzy
yeah.
tight.
Okay.
You see the Zelfer with the bomb, holding it in Squeaky. His teammates spread across the map, holding different choke points. His aim main still remaining wide open.
So for having a little fun with the door.
Yeah, gonna pop on over to the number 6 man, seeing he's just playing with that door, having some fun. It is a video game.
What we've seen from Value, at least on their full ecos and their half buys, is not necessarily something coordinated. As I say that, of course, they pick up 2 kills, but
I
even,
know you're still right. You're still right. I know what you're saying.
like they're spreading around the map. I'd like to see them go for some kind of clump push and put those 5 pistols together to use. But whatever works. We're in a 3-on-3, and the bomb looks to be heading over to B main, carried by Zelfer, and through the vent goes Midnight.
However, Shazzy sitting Shree, getting ready to trade. Shazzy spraying down Zelfer, and it's Midnight. Shazzy going off with that once again.
This is what we talked about, the SMG investment going to be haunting them here if they don't want to upgrade or if they don't want to drop the SMGs down, but looks like they're going to be sticking with a couple of them. We do have the op out on Chassis, which is going to be huge because he has the B spawn, and it looks like he's going to be heading towards B for that pick. Yeah, he is.
He doesn't have an opera to contest against, so I mean, he is favored if there is a peak, but there won't be because they're looking like they're going to head over to the A side of the map.
Zelfer, what is he doing? Just running straight out in the mid.
I don't know what Midnight's plan was. He threw the flash, peeked with the flash, got white-faced, and then got taken down by the opper without a control smoke in the B main entrance. So not really sure what the strat is going into this round from Value, especially since it's their pick. You'd expect they have more in the playbook, but there's still rounds to come. Can't call it too early.
I am still standing by my overtime guess, just wavering a little bit because that was very sloppy. I didn't see any coordination at all, and obviously no aim because obviously 3-on-1 situation. There were no picks to go off of there.
Bombs chilling in T-spawn.
You'd think for your first map choice that you'd have at least some concrete strats down on the T side.
Yeah.
I mean, I maybe they're doing some next level stuff where they seem helpless and they have no strats, and then they're gonna pull them out in round 4. I don't know. There were no strats that round.
Yeah, maybe they went for some kind of default. Maybe they wanted to get a taste of what the defense was like from Silent, and they got a taste. They got an op bullet or
Yeah,
taste
no.
from Shazzy.
They definitely got a taste. Tasteful lead, and now they're left 3-0 and no money. So not worth the taste.
And I'd love to see them just group up here. I don't know why they would even consider it splitting up. Looks like they're grouped towards A. Yep, splitting up towards A. That's good.
That
And
split
I mean-
up is decent when you're able to get those picks, but most of these people either being traded or missing completely. That spreading out is just not a good idea.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Like they haven't really had a situation where they've spread out and gone pick, especially on this map. It's only round 4, but they haven't had like an opening pick that they've sustained for more than 30 seconds.
And AR5 is here at A all alone to hold this off. We have 4 T's in the general vicinity. He sees the door wiggling open and close, and he's getting scared. And now he sees the people. He's calling it out. But how long can he hold off is the question, and not long is the answer.
3 on 3.
Pushing into A site, being able to get that bomb down, huge boost in their economy. The 2 CT sitting in a truck while Shazzy with the op is sitting in Z trying to get that pickup.
I feel like their closest rounds are eco rounds.
Yeah, the half.
And I mean,
There
I
you
guess
go,
that
Warriors.
I guess so. I gotta say that's not good in terms of the team, because that obviously shows that strategy is not your strong point. And when you're gonna go up against something, oh, I'll shut up
Blue.
because Blue at a 1-1.
Oh, and an Omen taking him down, only having 4 HP left, but Flu just can't hit the shot.
But you gotta admit, for half buy, that's damage done. That is damage done.
That is the
Good
best
job.
possible round you can have without a win.
Without a win, yeah, no, it could not have been better.
Yeah.
Plant for 4 kills, and you see the reinvestment from the CTs. You're seeing 1,500, you're seeing 600, 1,000, 2,300 max. I mean, their economy after this buy round, if Value can pull it out, it's gonna be a rough day.
I don't get double ops here. They just
On T side, like, whatever.
right. On CT side, it's justifiable. Maybe even not on cash for CT side. I guess you could have 1B, 1A, but
I definitely understand the off choice on Too Smart. Too Smart has been hitting so many shots, but the investment made by Executive may have just, unless he's able to get these picks with it, it may have been a loss to their economy.
And we're seeing the spread out coming out from Value again. It didn't work too well the first time, but their second gun run, they're going to try it again, see what happens. You can see that Zelfer's playing way back with that op because he does not want to go anywhere near that B op from Shazzy. But little do they know, Shazzy has moved to back of B. So they have B main control if they want it, but it looks like the action's over towards A.
and this should be the first round for Value Gaming. If they lose this, I gotta be honest, this game's over. You can't
This
lose,
game's over at 5.
you can't lose 4 on 2s. Pat Vader with it all to do by the truck wall, gonna pick up a frag onto It's Midnight, but he's getting flanked, and Too Smart gonna find the flick from top of red. Really doesn't matter, and that's a three-person round win, which is good.
Which is good.
We'll leave it at good.
We'll leave it.
It's a huge round for Value Gaming. And they're showing Silent Empire that they're definitely still in this. They haven't given up yet. And I'm looking forward to seeing the plays made by, well, everyone on that team. I feel like all of them still have that potential to be just start hitting shots.
Yeah, we have a confused buy from the CTs. We got 4 people ecoing and then AR5 going for the full buy, which doesn't make sense in its own right. But after the reset, I'm surprised they didn't all force up, considering that they only got 1,400 that round. But I mean, if they're going to be running this kind of setup, I'm not really sure why they're also spread out. But you can see the A control that they've taken. But Omen and Pavator weren't in position to go stack over towards the B site, so they got caught on highway by Midnight and by Mies, and it looks like this is just another round for Value.
And obviously, Value Gaming has been doing more damage on this map than they have were on Nuke, because I mean, well, okay, Smokey's gonna get a knife kill.
All right. I don't mind
Anyway, well, what I was saying was that they're obviously doing more damage because they forced Silent Empire onto an eco after the first round win. So that means they have been getting the kills, even though they haven't been winning the rounds, which is a good sign.
Yeah.
Mies and Too Smart picking the tees up and getting those entry frags, opening up the site to their team. And the CTs will be brought down, giving the second round in the second map of this best of 5 Value.
AR5 needed to save that up because,
Yeah.
I mean, had he saved that up, there's a conversation for buying here.
Definitely. And it's clear at this point, at least, that the double up on T side's not confusion. It's not a miscommunication. It's fully on purpose, because Zelfer was at 8K. He knew Too Smart had an op and immediately bought the op, no hesitation. So I guess that's something that they're bringing in as a game plan, trying to counter Shazzy by pulling out 2 oppers. I mean, if it's working, it's working.
It is working
4-2.
so far.
Mies getting the pick on Smokey. It's Midnight getting Pat Vader, and Mies with a double on AR5, opening up a site. You have Omen sitting at the truck, dinking and taking down Mies, backing off with him and Shazzy.
I just want to see something more structured from Value Gaming, like just
throw some mid smokes, maybe get a little bit of an A execute going, because I obviously this is an eco round, so it wasn't necessary, but I haven't seen on any of these rounds like an execution based style. And I mean,
I
What are you
think they
saying?
definitely have the aim to take this, but without those that team coordination, those trading off picks, you're not going to make it far into the round.
Yeah, with individuals like Too Smart and Mies that are going off both this match and last match, if you can just put some structure around that, flash them in, set them up to get the kills, you'd be such an effective unit compared to what they're running now, which just seems to be like a spread around kind of default style. But I mean, it's 4-3, so I mean, I guess it's working for now. But I just can't see longevity without some sort of structure in their game plan.
Shazzy wants that AK, and he's gonna keep it. Actually, upgrades to the op at the end. That's big.
That's big.
Huge. Double pick on the T side, blasting their economy, even though they still had $8 grand for this round. So I guess it wasn't that big of a dent. But round 4 going to Silent Empire.
And Shazzy heard us, man. He's 9-3 right now.
Yeah,
he's done with our shenanigans.
Round 8-7. My God, my math is terrible.
This is going to be the real test. This is the first full buy. This is how we can see how the teams match up against each other on cash. And you can see from the CTs and adjust heavy mid presence from the CTs, and they're going to be rewarded for it. They're going to find a pick, and they're going to do a 5v4. But it looks like they're going to be going for the boost. Mollied off. Too Smart looking for a pick. Going to be predicting the vent. Going to do some damage. Not going to get a kill out of it, though. Still stuck in the 5v4.
I think Too Smart is definitely one to watch this round, especially seeing if he can get those entry picks into sight, opening up those sites, and possibly bringing the favor back into the.
I mean, they have map control, Value Gaming, but it was at the expense of Mies. So I think that's a trade that probably favors the CT side, because now they can play back. They can play for those entry fraggers. They can deny those entry fraggers from Value Gaming moving out of the site, and this should just be a round for Silent Empire.
Yeah.
Especially with the time.
They're going to be rotating the bomb back to B, but it seems like Silent has a read on this. They're putting 3 players here, Shazzy included. Smokey, we've seen him hit some good stuff, but Shazzy's going to be hopping through the smoke. That does not make sense.
2 picks from the T's, opening up B site for them, the 3 CTs coming into a rotate. Pat Vader coming in through the vents. Let's see if this flank will work on the T. Bomb has been planted. Too Smart, another huge frag on Pat Vader and vents, taking down the flank. AR5 and Omen backing off in hopes of saving their M4s.
I mean, I was wrong. I guess they converted the 4v5. I just gotta say their 4v5 conversion rate prior to this round was very low. Like they were not converting their 4v5s, and they were putting 4v5s very often. So
completely just fence in there.
Yeah. So I mean, it shows strength, I guess.
Yeah. Sorry. You go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, Silent they had such a huge opportunity to win the round. Like everything was going for them. They had a 3-stack towards B and the 5v4, but it can be seen that this map's not one of their favorite maps to go to, because it seems like their CT cohesion at least is a little bit off in terms of the rotates, who's peeking when kind of thing. Because Shazzy hopped right through that smoke, which doesn't make sense because he had no support on the side, he had no flash from his teammate, he just hopped through, which we tried to give that back into a 4v4 and spiraled out of control.
I think Value Gaming has to really milk this half, because I don't see a CT half being their dominant half. I think their chance to win this game is by getting double digits on the T side. And that's a bit of an ambitious thing to say, but and as I say it, Shazzy just denies it. He
Shazzy
really...
picking up 2 eco kills, Smokey coming in on the flank, taking another down. Value Gaming just begins to fall apart at the seams.
I mean, it's not all lost. This is a recoverable round, but considering what they went into it with, Silent Empire have already won this round. AR5 has the scout. He's moving over towards mid, which might be the correct call here. I don't actually know where Mies is deciding to go. He's kind of going back and forth here. They're clearly communicating and trying to figure out where they want to make this final hit. They have 2 smokes. They have 2 mollies. They can make this successful, but... And there we go. Too Smart going to pick up on AR5.
Ooh. Bringing it down into a 2v2. Too Smart with another critical kill on the round.
Pat Vader with an opportunity to go huge here. He's not gonna find it. Unfortunately, that could have put Omen in a position to maybe clutch out the 1v1. He has the M4, he has the body armor, and he has the kit, but does not have the opportunity to go for the 1v2. He's way too far away. Looks like he's going to be saving that up for Shazzy, but just because, well, just how they got those 3 picks without the guy with the M4 even getting into the action is just kind of a testament to the individual skill on the silent side, too, that they can make those plays. Shazzy getting that 2K with the 5.7, really impressive stuff.
Huge plays coming out from Too Smart and Mies on the D side too, opening up those sides for their team. They're just melting away at the CT defense.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be good for the rest of the way.
Yeah, they are the reason they're winning some of these rounds. Like that last round, for example, was a 2 versus 4, I believe, and the 2 top fraggers were left alive, Mies and Too Smart, and they're gonna get the round through.
Another full buy coming out from both sides. That previous buy round was the 5v4 force silent that they unfortunately managed to give up. So we're going to see if they can convert this one. And once again, heavy mid presence. That seems to be part of their game plan. Trusting Shazzy to go solo B with that op, but they're going to be punished this time. Mies is going to go for the pick and mid, and he's going to get it. And now he's running through the smoke, and it's working. What is happening?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. You can't write this
I think
stuff.
Someone flipped that switch.
Yeah, this is...
The T's are angry. They're out for blood now.
Mies he was on a mission. He went to mid, he got that pick onto Pat Vader, and then immediately spammed the garage wall there and found like 70 damage onto Shazzy. So he single-handedly won that round. As we were speaking about him last round, he won them that round as well alongside Too Smart. And this has the potential to go double digits, as I said before. And if it does, then we have a game on our hands.
We have that overtime you're talking about.
Oh.
AR5 picking up Too Smart, boosted and going for the op, trying to save it. The T's not pushing anywhere near him. Oh, turn on Z.
Omen could drop, AR could buy himself, AR could drop the op to Shazzy, and Shazzy could drop. So if he holds on to that op, they can get a full buy next round, which is something they need, because right now they have lost the past 6 in a row after being up 4-0, which is concerning.
That's true. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
That does not bode well for the rest of this half in terms of Silent Empire's situation, because they don't have an answer.
Yeah. Looks like they are going to go for that buy. They're going to make it work. That's good. Good communication. You can just see by the way that they're buying and dropping each other. You know what their plan is going into this round. And the double up back out on the T side. Nice.
Zelfer has 4,300 and didn't buy any nades and is dead. So not quite sure what went on there.
I have faith in Zelfer. I'm hoping he's going to be down destroying within the next map.
Yeah, he's harnessing his energy, man. Just you wait.
He's got to focus his shot.
Exactly.
Bomb's going to be headed towards B. Looks like their remaining guys today might try to throw a couple grenades, sell a little bit of a fake over there. But once again, another great defensive read from Silent. I don't know how they keep doing this. Right now it's a 3v2 on the site specifically. They 3v1. This has potential to go Silent's way, even though it's a 3v3, which normally favors the T's.
I mean, it is a good read, but you got to keep in mind, look at the positioning of the read. They're all stuck outside of tree. They don't have any control of the bomb site. The bomb's going to go down, and now you got to favor Value Gaming to win this round.
Oh.
With the flank eliminated, though, you still have an op that's defending the site that, if they can trade right, I don't know. This is definitely still doable, 100%.
Oh, Too Smart saving Flu from a very good death.
It's gonna come down to the 1v1.
Flu and Too Smart is left against Smokey.
Oh, had to hit that one. Not really sure with the repeat there, but
Going
you know.
down, but it doesn't matter.
Too Smart's just heavy lifting right now, man. He's just getting flicks. He's positioning himself wisely, and I mean that's winning them rounds at this point. Look at the economy. Like it doesn't matter. I think they're good for the half. I don't think it's
7
even matters.
in a row for Value, and we're like, this isn't even negative, but we're not seeing any structure necessarily out of Value. They're just going off trades. They're going in like a free flowing style, which I mean for cash works. I'm not sure what the next map is necessarily, but Silent tend to pick towards those structural and those team-based maps that require the cohesion, that require the teamwork. So if we're going on to another Silent pick next next game, then this free-flowing style is not going to work. But on Cash, it seems to be working because Alpha's going to pick up Smokey, and they're going to be heading up Highway. Midnight's going to take down Omen, and the A site is left to AR5 to defend. Deagle and
Hell
him.
yeah, that's a very good point, because I think obviously Cash is a very puggy style. Silent Empire has the next pick. I believe it is Inferno. We know how regimented they are on that map. So this puggy style, while it is working right now, I think they got to keep in mind that it might not carry them through to the victory in the overall series.
Yeah. AR5 not living up to the expectations that we set for him. He's supposed to be one of the stars of this team. Entry frag, and we've seen it all season long. Great individual skill, great aim, great crosshair placement. Has everything going for him, but he's just not coming online tonight. But we still have a long series ahead of us, so let's hope he gets online. It'll make the series a lot more competitive.
Ooh. Was that a T-side molly onto the boost there? Was that a mistake, or was that a...
No, the T-side molly went under boost. That was CT molly.
Okay. Alright, well, 4v4. I mean, gotta favor Value Gaming in this situation. Because, I mean, on T-side, you have more availability to get these picks. And looks like Flu's looking for one right now as he's peeking out into A main. Not gonna see anybody. The only player on the site is in jail. And he's gonna go down to It's Midnight, so that's A for the taking. And Smokey with 4 HP has to hold from Highway. He's not gonna get anything done. So
Wow. Blue
yeah.
taking down Smokey with the 4 HP. Going down to a 3v1. Shazzy left with the op. Running away. I don't blame him.
yeah,
Not blame him whatsoever.
yeah, I don't want to be part of that situation. I mean, poor Shazzy, like he is going off finally, but it's in a map where, I mean, his team's kind of fallen behind a little bit, and the rounds aren't really being converted.
Definitely agreed, but I am excited to see Silent Empire on the T side because they definitely are. They've been hitting these shots this map and the map before, so them being able to take control of the site, be the ones that are pushing the aggressors, I feel like that would be a huge way for them.
Yeah, for sure, you're right, absolutely, and I think the reason I say it might go overtime is because I was expecting a huge T-side half from Value Gaming, which, I mean, is sort of coming to fruition right now, barring, you know, them losing the final 2 rounds. This is a very good half. I don't think they're going to be able to convert as well as they are now on the CT side. So,
Definitely.
yeah, we'll see what happens, though.
I'm definitely looking forward to the second half to make the game all the more interesting. Here we see another split team presence with them. And so, teams begin to fall, but not without their equal trades onto the CTs. And, well, here we just see me, Blue, again, walking into the B site.
Yeah, this is just relentless, man. They're pushing these bomb sites like there's no one even there. They're kind of just not meeting any resistance. They're catching them with their nades out. And Silent Empire is playing this very tactically. You know, they're smoking, they're mollying, they're conserving their nades. But I think they're kind of playing too smart in a sense because they're just getting overrun. They're not really having a chance to aim. Like you see AR5 there, and then Omen getting taken down by Flu, which is some nice break control.
One round remaining in this half. 4 to 10. Value really showing up. This is what we needed out of them, really. On their map pick, this is what we would expect. We don't necessarily know how they're getting the rounds with their kind of free-flowing style, but I mean, if it's working for them, then it's working for them. It seems like we're going to be on a weaker buy for Silence, so I wouldn't be surprised if this ended 11-4.
Well, here's what I gotta say. It's the curse, man. Every time I watch one of these games, it's 10-4. They get 10 rounds in a row. They lose the final round of the half. It happens every time. I'm just waiting for this to be a 10-5 half.
See it.
And well, as I say that, AR5 is gonna go down, and so is Omen.
We've been seeing Silence like really aggressive mid control, at least on CT, throughout this entire half. But this last half, they were nowhere near mid. They wanted no part of that, and Value strolled right up Highway. It's unfortunate that they didn't learn to counter that earlier in the half because that's how they got a lot of the routes. A split after A split. That's what we've been seeing. Too Smart just entering up Highway, fragging truck, fragging fork, fragging everywhere. That's Too Smart.
That's just what he does, man.
That's just what he does.
And they were able to convert the rest of the half. So Silent Empire won 4 rounds. We're feeling good, and then kind of just
dropped the ball. I don't know what happened.
See the nades again on Pat Vader. I want to see what he has in store. They're going to be headed towards B.
Pat
Let's see
Vader,
what-
the one to watch this round, if we could get onto him.
AR5 going to be entering. He's going to be the first one in.
Smoke and Molly come out. Oh, Massive got a CT. One still sitting checker. Finally being taken down by Omen, and AR5 pulling the kill on his Midnight. They finally are able to take some possession of this site. But Me's sitting up in heaven and dropping down now to try to gain some control. Omen sitting up in heaven and AR5 in sight. Will these CT kills save the site? Huge frags by Too Smart, just leading his team to victory once again. Very impressive plays by
Yeah, definitely the MVP so far this series when it comes to that value gaming side.
I think in general, because I haven't seen any consistency from any of the 5 players in Silent Empire.
Yeah.
They're all fragging. They've all fragged at some point in the series, but I mean it's been inconsistent. Too Smart has been on the top of that leaderboard the entire series, so I mean props to him. I
Definitely.
still stand by my overtime prediction.
Yeah, sure.
I know, dude. I'm telling you, man. This is gonna be from 13-4. It's gonna go 15-15. 100%. Obviously, Value Gaming is gonna be able to take this round. They're going up against a singular P250 and a Deagle.
We've been praising Too Smart Man, and this is his time to shine. He's got 5 unarmored players headed his way.
Oh boy.
3 on Glocks,
Too
a
Smart,
Deagle,
the
and
one
a
to watch.
50.
Let's switch over to him, number 8.
Here it
He
comes.
knows.
There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Oh,
Oh, he wants ace. Ah, he's bad. He's pissed.
Well.
Oh, no, that's the 3K. Never mind.
It's pretty good.
he's
Scratch that. Pretty good.
That's pretty good. I mean, 20-7, not bad at all.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of balancing out the efforts of Zelfer here, because I think, he's sort of fallen behind, at least so far, in map 1 and map 2. It's not really been his time to shine.
Yeah, he has been missing just over the course of the series, but
Yeah, and I don't think a
I
P90
see
is going to help his issues.
no, it's not.
I see him coming out next game or 2. I see him
All
pulling
right.
very
I mean, I'm going to hold you to
frags.
that, because I don't... We'll see.
We're seeing the reverse boost coming out from Mies, but that's not going to help considering that Silent is swarming the B bomb site. Left to defend is Zelfer with that P90. Let's see what he can get done. Smokes are coming in. Molly's coming in. Not going to show himself. He sees them. He sees them. But Flu, you got to spring.
Execute your trap. Oh,
What just happened?
Flu and Too Smart just taking them all down.
Yeah,
Flu
wow.
with a massive 3K coming out to assist Too Smart and bringing their team to the top once again.
That single kill from Too Smart on that guy B main that was about to trade Flu just won them the round.
Well, I wouldn't speak too soon. We got Pat Vader here. He can do this. He has already gotten 1 clutch round. The first map.
Too Smart
And-
with the op in heaven and Pat Vader pushing back to bomb.
Flu just sneezed.
All right. Some good commentary from Mies. And Too Smart. Oh,
Looking all
oh, that
in.
timing. That's terrible. That's really awkward. And now Pat Vader has free reign of the bomb, so he knows where Too Smart is.
Too Smart's not
Play
going to hit a
this
plant.
safely.
He thinks it's A. Oh, here's
Are
the
you
molly.
kidding?
He was headed towards A. He thought it was A.
How did...
He was too
Not
far away
too
to hit the bomb.
smart. Bring
Not
it
too
up.
smart.
Even Too Smart has his moments. Pushing out onto the rafters, dropping down. Pat Vader has to be able to hear that. Pat Vader's playing this almost perfectly. Too Smart not looking in his direction, and this should go to Pat Vader. Yeah, there's no time. No kit. That's the round for Sonic. Sonic,
Very
yeah.
well played by Pat Vader. Manipulating those objects, using his sound to help him move perfectly. Very well played.
He hasn't shown up this map until that round, and I gotta say, all is forgiven because that's
Yeah,
an
he's-
important round to go huge in.
He's the in-game leader. You can give him a pass. You
All
can
right,
give him a
all right,
pass.
I'm just
But I
saying.
mean, I just love how he was dancing around the site. What do you think he was dancing? The salsa? You know?
That was whatever it was good, man.
it was good, and I want to
It was-
learn.
I want lessons.
It was really good. And Value Gaming is
The reverse
back
boost
with a
again.
mid push. They're boosting, kind of boosting. Are they gonna expect this? I don't think Silent Empire has any idea that this just happened.
Beast did this last round.
Oh, did he really? Did they see it? I don't think they did.
No, they went towards B, but Oman's watching for it. Yeah, Oman's. This is what we're talking about. This is the default structure that's coming out of Silent. They're prepared for every possible thing coming out from the CTs, and he might see his head if he keeps jumping up.
No, I don't think so. I think Mees looking down. I think if Mees was looking down, his head model evades the sight of Omen, but he's not.
He's not. Yeah, he's barely missing it. If either one of them makes a move,
Omen just jump. Oh,
hey.
that is really awkward. That's
Omen just waiting to take him down. A lot of time being spent by the T's waiting for a pick, though. Let's see if they'll be able to do something with it with 40 seconds they have left.
It's gonna be like a stack.
Comcast.
Yeah, really.
Watch here as he enters into the B side, clearing out checker, watching Ben.
It's all on Flu. Flu with the M4 gonna be having multiple targets in front of him. Shazzy's going to get him in the end though, and that should be the site for. Never mind. I hold my breath. Midnight with 2. What's with these MP9s?
An MP9.
There's
lighting
8
up
seconds.
Oh.
Pat Beater taking him down.
That could have
was
gotten hairy. That was
was
not
close.
a good situation for Silent Empire at the end there. Too smart, being a nuisance as usual. But Silent Empire is going to find the eventual round.
We just praised how Silent Empire covers every single angle on their default, on their
Yeah.
executes, but Heaven was left wide open. Someone just strolled through with it.
It happens, man. It happens.
I suppose. And it's right here. This is what we wanted out of Value, the coordinated push. They know they're on weak guns, they know they're on pistols, and they know that the firepower is just nothing to compare to that of the T side. So and I talked too soon. They're back at highway.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's
just
it's
what are you
hard to
gonna
stay
get done?
coordinated. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's also
You're gonna
hard
get
to
a
stay
single
focused
kill.
and coordinated on a round like this because you got nothing.
Yeah.
See them, the 4 players on CT though, being stacked towards the A site with only, what is that? I want to say Exelfer pushed up into Sunroom, getting information for the B side of the map.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty sick play. I'd like to see that come out of them from a buy round though, that they work towards getting information and getting control on one side of the map on a buy round, so they can stack towards the other side. But on an eco round, it's a good little trial run. We can see how it works, and it seems to be working because they're headed towards mid, which is left open.
I think the likelihood is that they get 1 pick here for Value Gaming because
I'll give them 2.
Shazzy's
Look at
definitely
him.
one to watch. With the
They got 2.
Shazzy's not shooting,
Hmm.
but AR5 picking up the kills, saving him. Zelfer left alone in the middle, picking up an AK, probably to save.
See right here, if the full buy comes out anyway for the CTs, I wouldn't necessarily be against him hunting for some exit frags, because if you look at the economy on the T side, it's pretty fragile. He takes down 1 to 2 players, they're all around half anyway. It'd be impactful at the very least.
also just kills for him at this point are
Yeah,
a
like a
confidence booster.
booster.
Yeah, like you got to get something going.
Poor Zelford.
I have faith in him.
I have faith in my overtime prediction.
I don't. I have 0 faith in your overtime.
You really don't think this could go overtime?
I called it for Value, and I'm right. Look at him. Up at 13 to 7
This could.
on a full buy.
They got to
Oh,
figure
man.
something out though.
Too smart, dude. I'm a fan. 22 and 10, man. That's a 2.2 KD ratio for those who are not good with numbers.
Okay.
But I am. So I'm going to tell you that that's correct, because I did it on my calculator and it said it was correct.
Oh man, I thought that was in your head. That would have been really impressive. Just some simple math for
No.
a guy like you is really impressive.
Quick math.
Going into the round here.
There's nothing quick about you doing math.
That's
Nothing
not
quick about you in
nice.
general.
why are you guys saying these things?
Okay, back to the CS. We have a line of defense. If you look at the minimap in the top left, it's almost a straight line.
Almost a straight. This is a linear model with a strong
Linear
correlation.
Set up by the CTs. They are trying to mimic an actual wall.
Mm.
Yeah, and they ruined it. Me's pushing into A main.
That's information
listening
gained.
to John from last round, I'm gonna go for that information on a rifle round. Know that there's nobody in main and can
Definitely hear them squeaky.
AR5, gonna be looking for it, not gonna be able to find it. The dink and the kill comes from Mies, but we have 2 players out squeaky and another one from main. Mies gonna be taken down at the end, and the site belongs to Silent Empire. This should be a save. No excuses, no doubt. Save the weapons.
Yep, definitely a save. You can hear it's
Definitely a
midnight in the voice chat there. I don't know if you guys can hear that at home, but he's going for the save.
I'm at home.
And I mean, another convincing round for Silent Empire. I don't know, guys. This is 15-15 is in the cards.
I'm a fan. Just saying.
I
Hey,
feel like it's a lot harder for Value Gaming, to shine, because on the CT side it's hard for 1 or 2 players to truly bring that team to
Absolutely.
victory,
Yeah.
because they can't be everywhere at once.
Yeah, on Cash, arguably an easier map to do that with, that carry that puggy potential, but this is not necessarily a great look going forward. The style that they're trying to run in terms of the map ahead of time, they have to include some kind of teamwork, team cohesion if they're going to be picking up other maps. And if they want a chance in this series, this map they have to take, no doubt. This has to be a win for them. This is a win condition.
I am a little bit interested in their lack of timeouts from both teams, because I think there have been a slew of rounds. This has been a very momentum-based map, and neither team has called a timeout, which they have available. They have 2 1-minute timeouts available per half. We haven't seen one yet, so maybe just getting flustered and kind of forgetting that it exists. I don't know. I would have called one at this point.
Gonna be going even 3v3. The T's are gonna be stacking up towards mid, while weirdly enough the CTs are as well. No one towards B, confident that they won't be heading that direction, even though the bomb is indeed heading that direction. Not the best read from Value, and this is panning out to be a round for Silent if things go to plan.
Yeah, really hate to see that one.
Yeah, you do. And they stroll onto the site for free.
Yeah. If they slow down here, though, this could be problematic.
Yeah, definitely.
Sitting in the middle, picking up Exelfer, who is going to go on the flank.
Too Smart could definitely have real impact here. He's gonna find the kill onto Shazzy.
And
Midnight.
Midnight picks up the trade. Can he get the second one? He has bombed down in the site. 30 seconds to go. Omen with an AK and 44 health. What will he do?
Oh man, has a smoke. Has a smoke. Has a smoke.
This is very awkward. He's
Doesn't
got
have a
this.
smoke.
Oh, he's toying with him, man. Come on, just peek. That timing
That
is insane,
is
man.
bad.
What the heck? What are you
Oh,
doing?
Value have to be scratching their heads right now. They have to
Oh
be
my-
so angry because they've lost 5 rounds in a row and they just don't know how they're losing.
Omen's like toying on the edge of the wall there. His
Yeah.
barrel sticking out.
And I kept
Midnight
saying
doesn't
that
know what to do.
that Omen had a smoke. That's just not true. That's my bad.
Ah. Yeah, you know, Molly's. I mean, not much
Get
to
him on
work
down.
with.
What's his face? Midnight has smoke. So
That's so frustrating for Midnight. Pushed through the
But-
smoke from tree, found the player on site, and left in a one-on-one. Had everything going for him. The bomb was down, the timer was running low, and then Omen does that. So
Flew, huge pick on AR5 in mid. 3 players boosted for the T's. Now 2. Lack of AR5.
we already expressed how much of a team-oriented, structured team Silent Empire is, and you'd expect them to, at least on a couple of their rounds, to be taking it slower, to be feeling them out, to be baiting utility, something like that. But every single round for the past 2 games on both T sides has been fast-paced beyond belief. This has been a fast-paced game, which is why it's going so quick. I have not seen necessarily slow and methodical CS coming out from either team, which is not necessarily a bad thing if you want to run a fast-paced style. I just think there should be a balance between the two, and that balance is what I was expecting from Silent, but so far I haven't seen it. So as long as it's working for this grind, they're winning 5 in a row.
Midnight
Potentially
not
6.
hearing Omen in the vents. The 2 CTs having cumulative of 23 HP left. Flew and 2 Smart left on the read.
Use a calculator for that too.
that was good,
Honestly,
man.
Not even a calculator. I was just.
That was just off the cuff. And now one-on-one situation. Pat Vader, I guess the designated clutch man for Silent Empire, not gonna
Put in
convert.
round 14 in the favor of Value. 2 Smart. What would Value do without you?
This could be a blessing in disguise for Silent because after 5 rounds, 5 rounds, Value finally get to pick one up. but at the expense of 4 players lost and the ultimate reset potential right here. So if Silent win this round, they are on track to actually, like Caden said, unfortunately, go to overtime.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude.
Caden's right.
My God, close it out. Close it.
I like Silent Empire wins this round. This is a 15-15 game.
This is a 15-15 hockey.
Yeah.
And the lack of utility on the CT side is kind of scary. You have 0 nades on Zelfer, prioritize the kid. And then a single flashbang on Flu and 2 Smart. The only one with full nades being Midnight. He has the full buy, head armor kid, full nades up.
Oh, the CT
And he is-
coming out with massive plays, bringing down the entire T side, except for AR5 left alive. The champions wondering what went wrong.
Ooh. This is it. This is value. Putting in the work, closing it out. Match point for value. And
Very well played by Value.
very well played. Once again, 2 Smart 25 and 12, still over that 2 KD. Didn't need a calculator for that one. And they are headed towards the map win here. And this is, like we said before, a necessary map for them to pick up. This is their pick, so let's not get too out of control. It could be a 16-9 scoreline, same as it was on Nuke. And so far it seems to be a dead even game. Literally neck and neck.
Definitely look forward to the next map.
Next one's
Matchup
definitely gonna
with the
decide.
next map.
Yeah, that's a great question.
It's either Mirage or Inferno.
I want to see, well, out of the 2, I would expect Inferno out of Silent and then a Mirage pick out of Value.
Yeah, you're right.
Look, you just push it to the smoke, going down.
That's why they call him Smokey.
John with the obvious puns. 3-on-3
Stop.
situations. Gonna be taking the A-bomb site.
I'm trying to cast.
Look at where Zelfer or Flu has managed to get his way into the forklift. I don't know if it's going to be a valuable position, though, because Pat Bader is just sitting still there at quad, and he hears the A-main player. This has the potential to go
It's
wrong.
gonna go huge here. Just saying.
Come on, Excel, forget him. No!
Trade from Midnight. Oh man with one. Pat Bader with the other.
Wow, those are the rounds you gotta win.
Silent survive another round.
And then another 5 to go to overtime.
Yeah, let's not get ahead of
Will
ourselves here.
Caden's prediction come true?
This looks like a force up from Value. This could spell disaster. DIA. I didn't spell disaster right. But besides that, this could spell disaster because if they lose this round, then that's gonna be an
What's more
equal
disastrous? This round or your spelling?
I don't know. I take CP English.
Hopefully, Light Gaming will be able to do something with this very mismatched 5.
No.
Wow, squeaky push coming out from Flu. Not gonna
0.
find anything.
Too Smart just trying to spray down AR5, every bullet going around him.
This is
After this
concerning.
game, I want to ask Too Smart how to spell disaster.
Please don't. I don't want to hear his answer.
He's gonna spell right.
Honestly, up until you started laughing, I had full confidence that I was spelling it right.
Anyway,
Feel bad.
he's left alone with a 5-7.
This is the disaster that I was trying to spell, though, because
This is it. We're
this
seeing
is
it
the
live
reset right here.
Here at ClubConflict Season 20 Grand Finals.
Grand finals.
He's
Oh,
gonna find AR5.
Picking up AR5.
Well, consolation.
That actually matters, maybe.
Not
Well,
necessarily.
it gives
at all.
me a little bit of extra cash to be spending on next round.
If
Other
Value play their cards right, they should have 2 more buys before they go into overtime. That
Which
is
will
a
happen.
no, it won't, because they're gonna take 1 out of the 2 buy rounds and close out this game.
B-Rush. Let's do it, boys. Let's see what you got.
This is the cohesion I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
there you go.
Midnight's gonna pick up the frag onto AR5. I was kidding because AR5 is gonna find a triple in the end.
Okay. Too Smart. Gonna get
Cypher
the trade.
The AK, what better person to have with the AK than me is just spraying him down with the 5.7, not able to pick up Omen, Pat Vader, or Chev. Too Smart left with the AK and B site. What is he gonna do?
Honestly, wouldn't be the worst thing if he just went for some exits here. Like, I've said it before, but the economy somehow, after clinging together 5, then losing 2, but then another 3 in a row, is still kind of weird for the T side, so I don't know.
But you
This
gotta
is
keep in mind it's a 1 round and done, so it's not like there's no more
Exactly.
reset potential.
Completely. Didn't take that into account.
Fine
I'm
now.
sorry.
Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I apologize, Quidge.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. Omen and Too Smart head to head, both 27 and 15, carrying their teams on their back, shoulders aching, in need of a massage.
Oh, look at this from
You're not wrong.
Mies.
Mies is gonna die.
No, he's got this.
No, he doesn't.
He's
Oh,
gonna
okay.
fall back, play
Falling
more
off.
defensively.
Realizing he was about to bite off a little more than he could chew.
I think he has to make a play like that. I think at this point, Value Gaming needs to make some sort of extravagant play if they want to
Ooh.
close this out, because they're getting beaten at every turn here.
I think Too Smart heard them in Squeaky, called Blue around to watch Highway from the center sight.
There we go. Value had the exact
Oh.
setup to counter the mid split.
Oh, but
what?
This is a shot.
What just? This is a 4v2. We're gonna go down to a 1v2 Midnight versus Shazzy and AR5. We've hyped them up to be the best players on the team, and they're gonna prove it now by getting the 13th round on the board for Silent. Right now, we're gonna look for a half buy coming out of Value, and we got 1 buy round left before we're headed into OT. And Kadin is unfortunately right, but it's not
Oh,
gonna happen.
no.
It's not gonna happen because we're gonna win 16-14 for Value.
Here we go. We get
Silent
a
Empire
pause.
taking their time out.
what
Very
we
well
needed.
Take a breather.
Breather.
How's your day?
Grab some popcorn.
How's your day?
It was all right.
I
Wish
think
had
now
some
would be a
school.
terrific time for Ballistics to talk about the sponsors.
Ballistics, slow you, man.
Hey, yeah, let's do that. This would be a great time to talk about that. Let's talk about these cool prizes that we're going to be winning. Silverstone Technologies providing these SST PM02W-G ATX cases. They're really cool. They project the Silverstone logo. You can turn that on or off, but it's really cool looking cases. They got the smoky gray side windows, and they're gonna be awesome. We like to thank Silverstone Technology for providing those prizes for us, and I think we're about to get back into the action.
Perfect. Thank you, Ballistics.
Wouldn't mind me some of the smoky gray windows. No, I wouldn't.
I know, the smoky gray windows, those sound nice.
They do. They do indeed.
And only one team is going home with them. And I mean, at this rate, I think it might be Silent Empire.
I think you're saying that way too soon, because Value is going to close this one out 16-14. And then they're going to look to close out a couple more maps after this, although I do favor Silent on Inferno. But we'll get into that later, because it's full buy against what some might consider an eco round.
The beast
Upgraded pistols.
coming out by Value Gaming. The T's also deciding they want to push, but Excelfer wants a little bit more.
This is the preparation we're seeing coming out of like Pat Vader. Being prepared for that eco stack.
Just waiting there, waiting for the response. Read them like a book.
All right.
Triple-
Come on. Why are you gonna do this to us? Okay. To be fair,
Roof will off.
nothing else has worked, or nothing has worked in a while.
And I'm in full support of this, except the fact that Too Smart is the only player not on an op.
Yeah, I don't get that part,
Primary
but
op for this team.
Oh my lord, Value Gaming, you better come out and show us something beautiful.
If they don't win this round, nothing works ever again.
I'm scared for my overtime prediction because I did not foresee this.
This is
This is one map
this
that
is
like
something else.
it could work because you have one A, B, and mid, and then just another one like a
Chilling.
white box.
To be
What?
really honest, this is the power move.
This is the power play. Okay, what?
Power play.
What did you say?
I said chillin'. You said you had one AB and mid. The fourth guy doesn't need to do
Chilling
anything.
White box, bro. He's chilling.
Yeah, no, I'm saying where would you put the fourth op if one's already A, B, and mid?
I don't know.
White box.
Chilling.
Okay.
Yeah. So cool it.
He just sits and sees.
Finally an execute coming out from Silent Empire.
I think this is the first one we've seen ever.
This is the first one they've seen. The execute's going to be coming through with full utility. We're still seeing 5 mollies on the board for Silent Empire. This is going to be a sight on fire.
The CC's on B immediately rotating because, well, they all have ops now. So this
Great pop flash.
He's getting a pick. Smokey dropping Belfer and Smokey dropping Peas. 2 huge picks by Smokey. Flew and Midnight left up 2 ops against 4 AKs. 4 ops are coming back to bite him. Flew.
This spells DIA for Value Gaming, as they're not able to close it out.
DIA.
Well, hold on a second. I speak too
Hold
soon.
on. Speaking too soon, huh? He's off.
Nope.
You're right.
Oh no.
And I concede.
Called it from round 0, ladies and gentlemen.
You did actually call it from round 0.
We have ourselves overtime. I'm looking forward to this overtime because I want to see more quad op setups.
Although you do have to keep in
Can we
mind,
get the 5-op setup?
this is 10,000, so
Yeah.
they're not free to just buy ops, buy M4s, and do a little switcheroo whenever they feel like it. They have to be cautious with their money. And what am I saying?
John, shut up. Let them play the game. This is 4 ops coming out from Value Gaming. Doesn't work for them in the last round, but somehow they think it will this round.
Somehow, I think they need 5
I've
ops.
got an op.
You're right. Too Smart is sort of a linchpin. Midnight gonna find that opening frag, immediately traded up by Smokey, and they're just converging on the B bomb site with no resistance from Value Gaming. This could be another round for Silent Empire.
This boy is prepared to run into vent with his AWP to scope checkers, and he did.
It works.
He did, and it works.
And now we encounter the problem. It's a 3 versus 3, 3 AKs versus 3 ops on the retake. This cannot go in the way of Value Gaming, or I quit the game.
Kind of hope this goes in the way of Value Gaming. As
Dude,
we're
I'm
forced into
looking
an
forward to
awkward
Value.
situation with 3 AWPs, and
This
I
has
think
to be a save.
Oh,
Or
me
not.
with the 1 dig.
Did not incorporate the deagle into my.
Oh my god, Excelfer with the no-scope coming in huge on the kill on Smoke. On the second no-scope, Excelfer with those critical frags. What did I tell you?
I'm uninstalling.
You uninstalled.
hold on a second. Does he have it?
Yeah, it does.
Alrighty.
Oh, Excelfer.
Looks like
I'm
quitting.
glad I believed in you. You performed.
That yeah. Zelfer
Alright.
off to a rough start in these first 2 games. But
John, why are you
one
talking?
Round 2.
Get out of the
Show
server.
up. I'm quitting the game, not casting.
Sarah used the deagle.
Oh my goodness. Alright, and now, I mean, Value Gaming has to feel revitalized in some sense that they're able to pick up that round, and to be honest, I'm kind of upset that they did because now they're gonna be encouraged by this triple/quad op setup, and they're probably gonna implement it into their play looking forward. But it's not a good idea. I don't like it.
I don't either, but I do like the dualies that Too Smart is rocking as a sidearm.
That's
Value
good.
Gaming just giving up middle, saying they don't need that. So I think they might.
Pat Vader reading the defense, isolating 3 CTs on the side of the smoke. They're going to take highway control and go for the A split.
Oh, me picking up Omen.
Oh!
No.
Oh!
Zelfrey's just chilling on the site, man.
Zelfrey's
Chilling like a
chilling
villain.
in
No one's gonna
every
fight
case.
him, and now we're left in a 2-on-1 situation. What just happened? It fell apart. Shazzy with it all to do.
Shazzy capable of winning this. We've seen him do it before.
Oh
That is an
my
amazing
god.
shot in the
Kill on
flu.
ladder.
I'm gonna be missing the molly. I'm gonna be walking right into it. I think Shazzy has an inclination. Oh. What's happening?
Oh,
Baby
yes, that
triple.
kill.
Baby, stop.
Yeah, no. As that left my mouth, I regretted it. But Shazzy gonna pick up the second round in overtime.
And Value actually suffering the consequences of their quadruple op setup. Not gonna be able
Rightfully
to
so.
afford rightfully so. Just not gonna have M4s
Not gonna
on
have
the night
The
knees.
biggest impact that they thought they was going to.
Honestly, if I'm Zelfer at this point, I think you gotta just drop that op to Midnight. Midnight's been having a fantastic performance on B over here with this op, finding multiple entry
Yes,
picks with it, and I think in terms of win percentages, you're better off with Midnight having that op, but 4v4 situation.
On Too Smart either. He's been performing pretty well as well.
Midnight, even though he doesn't have an op, he's still making plays, picking up the bomb carrier, getting 3. AR5 left in the middle, going vents. It's Midnight just waiting for him.
Midnight with the hat trick, looking for 4 here. He's gonna
In before ace.
Oh,
Yeah, he
AR5
is it.
get. Oh, Too Smart shutting down AR5 in his ace.
Valiant effort by AR5, to be fair. AR5 did turn up. We said he was having a rocky start at the start, but he's up to 29 kills right now, tied with that of Omen, who's actually been performing pretty consistently over the course of this match. But someone who's underrated on Silent is Smokey. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but he's been like not necessarily outstanding fragging, but he's been up there consistently for this map and last map. So a lot of impact kills coming out from him. Appreciate that. Another double upset on the T side though from Value Gaming. Am I surprised? No, not at all.
4 ops in the server.
Yeah.
Never be surprised.
I'm not surprised.
All right, we got another line of defense in the minimap. That's good.
For a team who at one time bought 4 ops, they banned train, which in itself doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you're right. I don't get that.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Also, Dust too. Like,
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, Cash not known to be extremely op heavy map, Mirage either, and I'm pretty sure they picked Mirage too, so I don't
Zelfa just jiggling the door. Flu taking down Shazzy. Walking into the B site, little does he know that Pat Vader is just sitting in the back of site and Smokey pushing up to system and B main. T's kind of staying split up with only 44 seconds around. The bomb making its way towards B. Do this.
Smokey's gonna be rotating off. All eyes are on Pat Vader, the in-game leader, the brains over the brawn, gonna be forced out of position. Too smart, gonna miss his shot.
Got an army coming
Needs
from.
one, can't find it. 5v3, 5v2 post plant has to be a save from Silent. As I say though,
What you doing?
it's still not justified going for though. They should be saved.
yeah, I don't see this round ever swinging back in favor of Silent Empire, who now, I mean, has to play backs against the wall.
Oh, okay. Too
I don't want to
smart.
speak too soon.
That might tempt him to go for it. I don't know. No, he has to.
The last one left with an AK and a kit. So it seems time is running very.
This exit
Yeah.
from Mies doesn't make sense though, because you know your economy got weakened last half because of your quadruple op buy, and you're gonna run straight into Omen's loving arms with that AK-47, potentially throwing away your op. But luckily he doesn't get taken down, and they win the round, so their economy is great for the rest of the half. So scratch that. But triple op on T side. Am I surprised? No.
Silent Empire has played this game with their backs against the wall, so I think this is far from over. I think if Silent Empire are to pick up this round, which, I mean, they have the means of doing so. They got the double up and, you know, some bare bones utility, which I think they can make do with. This is going to go over to a double overtime.
Let's see how the T's will do pushing into A main, trying to take a forced A execute.
Kind of a small. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Wax is coming out by the T side, playing around the smoke. Smokey picking Mies in the middle, and as Too Smart just walks into sight, being traded by two.
Zelfa
Two.
loves that door.
Really
Yeah, he really does.
jiggling it.
Yeah. Kind of a subtle detail, but Omen had 4,900 going in this round, and Pat Vader was on a FAMAS. Still got 2 kills, did a great job, but I mean, probably could have dropped if he wanted to.
Boosting into the site. What good is this gonna have pushing both of them into the same spot?
This is a must-win for Silent.
Oh, flew through the smoke, picking up Shazzy like it's no big deal.
That's gonna be round 2. They could have closed that out way earlier than they did. They got there in the end, fair enough, but it's a testament to how Silent can grind rounds, can battle things out, and that's an admirable
Here we go.
feature about Silent Empire, that they have that team cohesion and they have that brute ability to come back, which is
Honestly,
respect.
I'm glad to see that map going to
2.
Sorry, I like that. My bad. Did I just trail off?
Yeah, it was just 2.
Yeah, my mic just started lagging hard. To Value Gaming, because I feel like this best of 5 is going to be a very, very close one. Getting in some very close plays, and I'm honestly excited to see them.
Yeah, I guess since this is Mirage, Inferno's the next one, I'm excited for Inferno. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited for Inferno. Overpass also a fan favorite of the guys from Silent, and once again a very structured team. Overpass, arguably the most structured map in terms of requiring team play in the active duty group. So if we get there, I'd love to see that map too. But we're Mirage.
Well, I mean, I'm just going to say Silent Empire, this sort of defines a team right here. You're in the grand final situation. You brought it back from like a 10-5, 11-4 half into overtime, and you lost it. You lost it at the end there. So you know that mentally they're kind of on the edge soon. So I think if they're able to close this out and they're able to win this series, they're solidified as a great team, because they just need the mental fortitude, especially Pat Vader. If he can rally his troops and get their head in the game after, you know, an upsetting loss like that, then they should be good to win the series.
Definitely agreed. I think now's a great time. Ballistics, what do you think about these matches so far?
Hey, I'm glad you asked. I think it's been going great. I think it's been great. I love this the way the Silent Empire brought it back the second map. They showed a lot of strength there in doing that. And Value Gaming showed composure on being able to still hold it together and take it in overtime. I think it's going to be a good third map. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, Ballistics. So, who do you guys see winning this third map of this best of 5?
I mean, if they're gonna quad up,
This
I
is
don't
not
know.
the map for a quad op.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be their fatal mistake.
Yeah, I'm gonna go against the very violently flowing current of this situation and pick Value again because they've shown that they can prevail on individually skilled maps or at least maps that are correlated with being puggy maps, if you will. And Mirage is one of those, right up there next to Cash. So I would not be surprised if Value come out headshotting, but you know, it's also on the T side, pretty structurally based, relying a lot on the rotates and mid-round calls, and that's what Pat Vader specializes in. So it's 50-50 in my mind.
Kadin?
I gotta disagree with John there. I think this is a Silent Empire win through and through. This is like a 16-4, 16-5 type of ordeal because I really think so. Because Silent Empire is mad, obviously, and they have the firepower to come back and just dominate this half, especially if they're starting on the T side. T side is so momentum based on Mirage. This could just get out of control if they can get this pistol round, which they have been. I think they've won every single pistol round so far. That could be wrong. They might have lost the previous one, but I think there's so much potential for Silent Empire to win this half, like double digits.
Yeah,
I agree definitely with Kadin. I think Silent Empire is going to be coming on top on this map by a very, very high gap. Mainly because Mirage is very team coordinated. Without those tactics, without that extreme coordination, not through 2 people like we see on Value Gaming, but all 5 is very important.
the what's it called? The one thing that I can give in favor of Silent for 100% sure, no doubt, is the optic situation, where you need on Mirage, if you want to hold middle effectively, an opera that can dominate the game. And Shazzy fits that criteria. So if we see Shazzy playing mid, I've seen him run cap boosts, underpass boosts, all this stuff. They have CD setups. They have a game plan in mind coming into this. And so Silent Empire are no doubt a very good Mirage team. I just think that if Too Smart's playing to the level he was before, Zelfer steps it up a little bit as he was in the later parts of that game, and Midnight continue his solid play. I feel like it's going to be a lot closer at the very least than what you guys are predicting.
All right, John. Well, we'll see. I mean, who's the one who predicted overtime in the last map? Like,
I feel like that's just not as good as
the rank.
predicting the win of the match, which I did. That's a very good Paw Patrol name, man. I gotta learn that.
Alright, well, the chaos ensues. Appears like we're waiting on Shazzy, who might just be stalling it out a little bit, going over some early round tactics. But yeah, no, I see this being a Silent Empire win all the way. And we're gonna just go to a quick music break, and we'll see you guys when the map starts.
Shorter than we thought of the music break, but welcome back.
I hope those tunes were absolutely amazing.
Hit the 45 seconds of tunes. I hope you guys enjoyed. Map's gonna be starting once again. Nades only on Pat Vader, which is completely fine as we see them heading towards the B site. Probably gonna be some sort of contact play. Wouldn't be surprised if I saw a smoke mid site, a couple pop flashes over the wall, something along those lines. We're going to see Omen and AR5 being that entry duo that we know so famously from Silent Empire. Heading out with the pop flash. Here it comes, flashing over the wall. And Midnight and Zelfer are going to be in for a challenge.
Midnight picking frag on AR5. Me's taking down Smokey, Midnight's taking down Omen, only to be traded by Shazzy, who just goes down once again. Tad Vader being the last in a 1v4. Is he going to be able to pick up at least one? No, Too Smart drops him, peeking out from the back of B's sight.
Headshots. Headshots. Headshots.
Left
Name of the
and
game.
right. The first round of map 3 and the best of 5 going to Value Gaming, showing that they are willing to fight. Here we see the T's are pushing through apartment once again, possibly just trying to get that bomb down, get that extra money. But no, we see a couple of them begin to shift towards, they all begin to shift towards underpass, pushing through, seeing if they can make a play out bottom middle.
And no, he is checking it. Mies is gonna spot one, gonna get dinked down to 41 HP, and as they swarm out mid, connector player is gonna rotate in and find 2 big frags. That's from Flu, and AR5 with a constellation frag on it.
AR5 with another very nice flick on the Flu, taking him down with the Glock headshot, picking up that Hamas. Is he going to be able to get Excelsior?
No.
He does, but Too Smart takes him down after he peeks connector. Huge plays by AR5, taking
That
out
is
Mies, getting rid of their guns and armor.
that is more damage than anyone should expect to get on an eco round. So great effort from AR5. That's actually gonna be pretty influential in this buy round, because you see we have an MP9 and 2 FAMASs, not all M4s, which is going to put at least a weaponry favor to Silent Empire. And from the looks of it, they're going to be headed towards an A split, probably go up the connector with a pop flash or 2 in that general direction, especially with the pick and mid. Trades going evenly though, 4v4. As they crunch onto the A site. Flu is in trouble. He's going to find 1 kill.
Midnight picking up Omen. Smokey sitting into sight. Shazzy trying to get the bomb down, but he does not know where the CTs are. Midnight sitting on Cat and Too Smart on the flank. What do they know about Too Smart picking down Shazzy? Falling off. Smokey left under the palace. 2 versus.
Smokey, 2 flashbangs, but he's going to be playing a common position to move. We actually see this a lot in 2v1. Gonna find the first, about to find the second, finds it. Smokey with the 1v2. Can't say I'm surprised though.
Plays.
Bringing that good performance from last game over into this one. Gonna be picking up that 1v2 and much needed round for Silent Empire so that they can get themselves on the board. Economy's still kind of in the works in terms of building it up for the T side, but they don't have to worry about that because the CT buy is going to be very weak. Only a single M4 out on Too Smart. Definitely capable of wielding it though, as he is a skilled player as shown in the previous matches.
Definitely agreed. Definitely, I feel some players to watch in this match. Probably going to be Smokey and AR5 on Silent Empire, and Too Smart Mies on the Value Gaming side. Flu picking up Shazzy in the mid, Excelsior being traded out.
Smokey trying to make a play in the apartments. Not necessarily going to get anything accomplished by that, but does be able to draw the rotates off, which allows his teammates to get into the A site. 3v4 after plant right now for the T side. Oh man, looking dazed and confused running around the site with his MAC-10. Gonna have to find a kill here soon because he's being crunched from the jungle and CT position. AR5 gonna be playing towards that firebox and a player in A ramp.
Wow, this is a massive hit by the CTs. T's taking down 2. Midnight trading an Omen and AR5 peeking firebox, taking down Midnight, but 2 taking him down 1 by 1.
Yeah.
Does he have it?
Yes, it
Close.
is. Wow.
Very,
That
very
is
close.
the problem with the A plant after the A plant, the default plant after plant. They were chilling in A ramp, and he had no vision of the bomb whatsoever. So he was forced to swing on those guys coming into the bomb. If he had played Palace, perhaps he could have probably waited for a defuse or something along those lines. But being in A ramp forced him out, forced him to take a fight, and he lost the fight.
Value Gaming coming out strong on the CT side when we favored Silent Empire on T side. Very interesting players.
Alright, well this is the type of round where things fall apart for Value Gaming, and we see some 1Ds coming out from the likes of AR5 and Smokey. This could fall apart very easily.
See them kind of
Gaming
spread out.
really wants him to win.
Yeah, he's
Dude, I'm saying, man, like
Hey, I had the same prediction that Silent Empire is coming out on top.
just saying, well, you
Oh,
gaming.
does he see him in Palace?
Seems like the defensive setup here is catered more towards the B site, maybe a read perhaps based on some information gained elsewhere. But mid control being given up for free. We got 2 players coming out underpass, 1 top mid. Shazzy looking to scout the connector while Pat Vader crouches right under the window. Not known his position yet. Oh, too smart with an inclining. Used that word many a time in this cast.
I also don't think you're using it right.
I don't think I am either. I'm not even sure if it is a word. I've heard something.
It's an inclination.
Inclination. There it is. Why didn't you correct me the first 4 times these?
Because honestly, it's fun to hear.
It would have been a DIASASTER if I tried to correct you the first time. You would have gotten mad at me. And now too smart wrapping it up. And it's going to be a clean sweep with the exception of Zelfer from the CT side. So thanks, starting to get built.
Showing that they aren't backing down. Silent Empire just isn't able to respond.
Silent Empire known for their cohesive and dominant CT side, but they have to get the work done on T side first. So we're looking for the op from MES. MES going to be towards that window position, holding mid. As the T's are swarming the B apps. Looks like they're setting up for a set piece. Smokey with that market door-ish smoke. As the rest of them set up for the execute.
And here we go. The execute is being deployed and the B rush is in. And the only person to defend it is going to go down right away. Midnight not really putting up a fight.
Our smokes down.
Mees trading AR5 down, picked by Mees, and he also sees the moment who was lit, but Pat Vader comes in for the trade. Flew and Zelfer left against Smokey, Pat Vader, and Shaz Flew on the flank. Zelfer sitting with a P90 in the market, hoping to do something. Flew takes down Pat Vader, but Zelfer, I think he's lost, but it's alright, because Flu's got it.
Shazzy left on the 1v2 into a 1v1. Favored now as he just play the bomb. Flick comes in. Shazzy's gonna get the 1v2. That execute was actually really interesting. The only thing about running an execute like that with 4 smokes and a massive amount of utility is that you have to have a very, very good buy, a full buy, if you will. And you have to go into the start of the round so that your utility is not wasted and baited out over time. But they did it right. They played it right, and AR got that entry on truck. So everything went how it should have for Silent, as seen by the resulting round win.
Looks like some early smokes are going to come out. Shazzy, I think that was a CT smoke. I could be wrong. Yep, that was a CT smoke. Kind of missed the mark a little bit. Now they're converging onto the bumps.
Watch on this round, pushing up the connector, taking down Mees, just sitting at the bottom of the stairs. Also picks Blue on CAD, bringing this down to a 3v2 in favor of Silent Empire. Will Too Smart and Midnight be able to do something about it?
Well, Min just is destroying people right now. He's running around the map like it's a DM, and it really isn't a big deal for him as he's going to find that 4th frag. Wants that ace, he's going to try and hunt for it. You heard the player kind of fall off towards connector. Could be anywhere at this point.
Clip after clip for Omen. It's going to be a 3rd round for Silent Empire. Similar had to last game started as well, but you think we're going to see a team run away with it, or is this going to remain close for the duration of the half?
I'm starting to doubt my decisions from early on, but I still think Silent Empire is going to win this. And I don't think Value Gaming is going to get double digits.
Ooh. Another 16-9 victory in the books, perhaps?
I think so.
Looks like
This-
these are going to be working towards B and mid. Let's see if they can do something with that. But it looks like a B and mid stack coming out from the CTs. Nobody on A.
I mean, it's a good call.
Yeah,
No,
it
anybody
would.
on A. Unfortunately, Mees is left alone on the B-bomb site at the end. Just the USP, and Midnight's gonna go down. Mees gonna get the dink, which is
AR5 walking into play. Just a quick side note, Zelfer, we're pronouncing it many different ways. Well, I was too blind to realize that it's just reflex backwards, so he will now be referred to as reflex from now on.
well. Hold on, I kind of like Zelfer.
I do too.
definitely.
It really rolled off the tongue, but
It's
I feel like
nice.
it's definitely reflex.
Oh no, it's definitely reflex. But can we just make it Zelfer?
It could definitely be okay. I mean,
Well, no,
He
that's
wouldn't
how one of
be,
their teammates told me to pronounce it.
Bro,
Zelfin?
it's prank, dude. He pranked you.
I know. I
There's a
feel
cam
like I
right
definitely
there.
got pranked. Which I mean, hey, not cool, bro.
All right. Well, can we talk about this AUG? Because I feel like we need to sort of bring that into the conversation. There was an update. It's only 3150 now as opposed to the old. I think it was 3300. Only that $50 extra for a scope and an easier spray pattern, in my opinion. Now I know John doesn't agree with me, but I think the AUG is a viable gun now because you don't have to give up that extra flashbang that you could have bought with that $200, and you get that scope.
My problem is not with the spray pattern, nor the weapon itself. Always was a fan in Call of Duty franchise, but it's the view model. It's how
Yeah.
it looks.
John,
it looks
You're gonna
terrible.
have to get over that.
I cannot get over it because it looks terrible. you cannot use a weapon that looks terrible.
Silent Empire, what are you
Case
doing?
said and done. Too smart.
Come on,
Gonna be
Cat.
taken down towards that CT box. 2 on 3. Bomb not down yet. Bomb's gonna have to go down, but CT has to be covered, and CT's not gonna be covered. Midnight gonna be swooping in. Not gonna be finding the kill. That's MES gonna be finding the kill, as Shazzy is left at default to die by the hands of a very terribly looking weapon.
It's a good gun.
Bad look.
You're gonna have to get over that, John. Like, the AK doesn't look that cool.
The AK looks so cool.
The AK looks so cool. You're right. I don't know what I'm saying. The AUG's kind of ugly, but it's a good gun, and I think it's gonna start appearing more in the pro scene, as it already has.
Reflex picking
by
up
box
that
like
auto
Barry.
snipey, sitting on top of ticket booth, ready to mow someone down.
Second time we've seen the auto sniper come out in this series, both from Value Gaming and not from Silent Empire.
And
It's a
first time it did not work whatsoever.
not even close.
So I'm really hoping to see Reflex pull something out of the hat here and just ace him.
Yeah, I'd love to see Zelf get news.
I guess it's Zelfin now. We can't do anything about it.
It's always been Zelfer, and it will be Zelfer. 5 versus 5 by the minute. 10 people still alive left on the server, but the thing is, the utility has depleted for the counter terrorists. We got a single molly and a single smoke left as counter utility on the CT side.
Me's being left in B,
Ooh,
picking up
two
on
big
Cat
kills.
Vader and Smokey, going down. Too Smart picking up the kill on Shazzy. AR5, the only one left on the flank, going into market. Let's see if anyone will notice it. I don't know if Reflex is ready for it. AR5 pushing mid window and out on the Cat, seeing if he can get a pick, but Blue shoots him down.
Blue was ready for that. He was positioned for that cat hop. So, I mean, I don't know if that's like a inclination, as John would say, or just a little bit of a lucky guess.
I think it was a DIA disaster
No.
for the player who got
Yeah.
killed.
You're forcing it, John. You're forcing it.
Okay. Regardless, is
Alright.
it Flu or Fula?
It's like that Key and Peele sketch.
Yeah, that's what I
don't know
thought.
if you've seen. For those of you at home watching, there's a Key and Peele sketch. Highly recommend it. It's called French Restaurant. So looks like an eco round from Silent Empire, and just falls apart right away. No chance at all.
MES gonna have some hot feet as he's dancing upon the fire. Doing that red hot fire salsa dance, you know what I'm saying?
It's good, John. It's really good.
Smoking AR5 left in the apartments. Gotta see if they can get anything done on the jump spotting player. Can't hit the shot. Minute gonna back up, play it correctly, drop the molly. And it's gonna be encountered point blank with P250. Not gonna get anything done. Smokey trying to prioritize a bomb plant, not gonna get it done. As the encroaching players encroach.
Encroach they shall.
And they just got encroached.
Alright, well, that'll be that round. And Silent Empire looking a little bit lost on the C side, which is, I gotta say I was wrong. I admit it. I mean, after a guess like that on that last map, calling overtime right from the beginning, you gotta cut me some slack.
Full buy can come out for Silent Empire.
It was your psychic powers. It has a bit of a cooldown. You know?
They have everything they could have wanted. Full rifle, full utility, op on chassis, very competent offer, very capable offer, and there it is. As seen, he gets the entry pick into mid this opening duel. We said that's what he specializes in, it's what he does. He finds opening duels, he gets advantages. And you can see their systematic mid control as they throw the nades to gain territory, which they have.
Very well put, Twitch.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, it's Midnight popping AR5, who's pushed far up into abs with no other teammates.
That's interesting in the chat there. I can't tell if that's a joke or because that's not good for team morale. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you know, Too Smart kind of getting a little bit salty towards his teammates there. I do hope that's a joke because they're gonna need to kind of gather together if they're gonna want to close this out. I mean,
Yeah,
they're winning right now,
Yeah,
so
they're in the lead. Nothing to be
a little bit interesting.
say
We
about.
start seeing anarchy on Value Gaming. Silent Empire is going to take control very quickly. You give them an inch, they will take a mile.
Absolutely. And I mean, seems like all has stopped on this
Keeping
12th
your
round
group up
here,
quickly.
and now the execution comes out. They
Reflex can't do anything going down right away at the hands of Shazzy and his destructive off. Shazzy picking up well, putting off in his hand. No one's stopping him. It's Midnight sitting, spraying in the smoke, and CT and me sitting with the op and connector, hoping to find that pick on someone's palace. But no luck. Nobody is peeking.
You can see the consequences of using all those nades for the execute, the full execute, and the 3v3, the 4v3. But they have no after plant nades left. Meanwhile, me has a smoke and a flash. Not that it's going to matter, though, as they can close out the round here. Me's on 21 HP. He's going to go down in the end. It's consolation frags is how many that he gets.
Shazzy
But he is
with
gonna go down.
4K.
yeah, that ace was taken away at the end there.
The making very, very well-timed shots.
And Kadin can predict overtimes at the beginning of rounds, but I can predict Shazzy showing up later in the series, which he is now. 4K in the round for him. 10 kills, top of the
Really
board.
proud of yourself? Proud of that one, John?
A little bit proud. A little bit proud.
Auto shotty coming out from Flu, and we're gonna see where is he headed with that. Close AR up, that's a good place for it because there's gonna be an if there is an execution, this is the closest choke point you can really
Shazzy
get to.
Getting to invest in head armor could prove fatal as the M4s and the auto shot are up on the board for Fleur and Too Smart and Midnight. AF5 relegated to a deal though. Thoughts?
Too Smart, popping Smokey in the face. Taking the first pick going to Value Gaming. Apparently orange and going B.
Oh, what a shot from Reflex. Held that angle for a while. Finally finds a frag. And is gonna run out into mid. That's
He's
gonna
got
be his life. No, that's it. Too Smart finding the trade frag and doubling down.
Vader, last one up, 5 HP, but 2 people on count, 1 in window. Too Smart takes him down with the long shot. Doolies, this man is a cowboy.
Impressive. And look at Silent Empire's economy. They've got nothing, and they got nothing and no one. So they're gonna look to save. They're gonna be looking to save.
One might refer
Just
to
take
it
over the
as
round. I can't do
economic turmoil for Silent Empire as they head into this round with only pistols. Gonna save for that last round. Get that
They
full
got
buy-in.
nothing. They got no one.
I got nobody, but the P90 more importantly comes out for Reflex.
Yeah.
Still prioritizing the kit over nades, which is kind of surprising considering they have 5 kits on the CT side. But he's going to be using the P90. Minutte's going to pick up one. Fla is going to pick up another one on Pat Vader, and Oman is left alive with the bomb, no armor, and a Glock. Afraid to say he is going to go down. It's only a matter of time. Accept your fate.
Oh, is he gonna get the night kill? Nope.
No,
Reflex
not even
coming in
close.
With the pro P90.
Not even close.
That's a team
What?
ace.
This round actually does matter in the grand scheme of things.
Ah, Jesus.
A 9-6 half for Silent Empire plus the pistol, they're right back at 9899, depending on how the economy might work. But if they do go down 10-5, it's going to be actually heavily favored towards Value Gaming as they are sick aimers and there are AKs on T side, and AKs hit one-shot headshots. Thoughts?
That they do. That they do. Oman has been like really using this Mac 10 like the whole game almost, and
has,
it's been
yeah.
working. He's fragging still. I mean, whatever works, but looks like a full mid takeover from the T side, and it's gonna be successful. 3 people. Oh, look at that connector push from Omen. The Mac 10's gonna come through and take down Flu. Oh, that you hate to see it. And now in a 3-on-5, you can't save. There's nowhere to go, nowhere to run. They're just gonna run into the grinder here, and it looks like Silent Empire should be picking up the 6th round. I say should.
Me
But-
missing the shot on the peak that came in CT from Omen. He's pushing him even further with the op, holding a very close angle in a 2v5. Will Mees be able to do something with this angle that he has? A nade coming in, bringing him down to 1 HP. Will he get the peak, or will the peak get him?
Very clean round for Silent Empire to end the half, 9-6 in favor of Value Gaming. We're seeing even frags dispersed between Two Smart Mees and Flu on that CT side now. Same situation for AR5, Shazzy, and Omen. Seems like the majority of the team is hitting their shots, at least on both sides, although we'd like to see a little bit more out of Smokey. And Pat Vader gets a pass, he is the in-game leader. But Smokey, we've seen good stuff out of him over the past 2 maps, and I'd like to see it continue throughout the series.
I definitely think Too Smart's the one to watch on this round. Rushing into the A site with the rest of his T squad. Only 2 people on A sitting in CT. Complete control of the site. Go to the T's. Too Smart pushing into the CT, hoping to get at least one of the picks, not knowing that there are 3 people waiting.
This round could go either way. This engagement at CT is going to determine the round in the end, and AR5 is just...
AR5 picks up 2 kills like it's nothing, and he hops into the site, pushing over Shazzy, getting 2 kills, and AR5 pushing fire. Midnight picking him up, but Shazzy going in with the diving karambit, bringing the first pistol round.
And that's huge. That's
huge.
Yeah, that's an op.
Please explain why that's huge, kid.
Oh, I'll explain it. Don't you worry, John, because now, as the opper for the team, he's going to need the most cash, and a knife round is $1,500 per kill. So
he has exactly enough for an op.
He's not going to do it.
What? You go for a FAMAS?
You go, well, yeah, no, maybe that's a little silly, but you don't want to buy an op because there's blocks.
Save the economy, because if you go down, you give that op to them. That's...
Absolutely, but I'm just a little bit curious about why a FAMAS. I think maybe just a USPS would be just fine, but we'll see what happens. I think maybe
pallets in the water bowl.
We've been thirsty for some sort of a coordinated play out of Value Gaming on their eco rounds, and you saw they bought 3. Oh, it did absolutely nothing. It's a cool idea about the pop flashes to see what they can get done. Fortunately, it didn't work out this time, but you know, the idea's there. They just got to elaborate on that a little bit.
And elaborate they shall. The full buy comes in. Zelfer with the op. Where's he gonna go with this? If we can get an eye on Zelfer here, going for the mid pick.
Reflex.
No, it's Zelfer, and he's gonna peek in towards window. Not gonna be met by anybody though. So early mid control established by the T side. Will they be able to hold?
Keeping the T's guessing in the mid. Sometimes playing on mid 2, 3, 4 players. Sometimes none. Will the T's push it the same way every round? Chazzy getting a massive kill on midnight mid by peeking the window with his FAMAS. And AR5 picking up in the connector from CAD.
Woo! Baby, he comes out
down.
the palace. He just came out there and no cares given.
Me just turned the tide of the round. Pat Vader, very sneaky, very sneaky. But Too Smart is too crisp right now.
The 3K.
He's too smart, but he's too crisp.
He's too crisp.
He's too crisp. That kill from Shazzy at the start of the round with the FAMAS in mid, it's just a normal kill. Nobody was really paying extra attention to it, but you should be, because that came with the pop flash over from stairs, and that's just a testament to the team play and the coordination.
I was gonna say something about that, but the pop flash didn't work, John.
It did not work, but the thought is there.
It
seems
is
like a lot of thoughts are here, but the execution isn't. But regardless, the thought's there, and it's good to see that teams in this lower level in comparison to like the professional scene are implementing some of these tactical elements into their gameplay.
Pat Vader left in the 1v3. All he's got is a 5-7, and well, a will to win.
It's always Vader left. I don't know how he does it. He's a magician. And as you were saying earlier, he is the in-game leader, so I guess a lower kill count is sort of excusable. But 4 is just yeah. I think that's you got to do more than that.
And you can use that for one map, maybe. Over the past 3 maps, he has been bottom fragging consistently. Although he is putting the work in, as you can see with the tactics that they have. He's putting the work in. He's doing his job, his role as in-game leader. you just on CT side especially, you need to have all people firing on all cylinders because individual skill is what really matters on CT. The teamwork, it matters on T with the cohesion, with the strategies, but on CT you got to hold the bomb site. That's just what you got to do.
He's leaving the bomb at spawn. Reflex going back for it, picking it up, and having to run all the way back from where he came
Oh
from.
my goodness, Ballistics is shaking his head. 5v5, no one has taken any significant damage other than Smokey. And as I say that, it's midnight. He's gonna go down.
AR5 in the
AR5.
ladder room, taking a very cheeky angle on the mid window play. Very well played by AR5.
Too Smart just ran through A to stairs into connector with 3 people on the A bomb site.
Out Ivy.
Out
To our
Ivy.
connector.
3 connector. 4v5 favoring the CTs as they have a setup to counter this mid play. With Smokey should be watching for the boost, but he's not. He's gonna get a free kill. Mies is on to Smokey, and that's gonna open up the mid position. Mies is going to expand upon that.
Me's the one to watch. Number 5. Oh wow.
Oh man, needs a sick hold here. Only gonna get 1. Shazzy has to go big. It doesn't find 1. This has to be a save from Pat Vader.
Too Smart with the double kill. Me's with the double kill.
And
See-
Mies with the hat trick. Wow.
It's small things like that. Like it's small things like Smokey and Jungle just completely neglecting the window boost. That's what's gonna lose them rounds. I think they had that round in the bag, to be honest, until that window push came in and Smokey was just blindsided. He had no way he could, react fast enough to flick because he just didn't see them boosting. And it's small things like that which could actually cost Silent Empire the map.
You could
be
tell
right.
that Value Gaming's mid-round decisions are slowly improving over the course of the game. That window boost, they knew they needed to make a play. They knew they were in a 5v4 and that they needed an advantage standard to go round. I mean, it's going to get 4. But they knew they needed to make a play, and that's what they did. They found the gap in the defense, and they exploited it, yielding them a 12th round.
AR5 picking up 2 on the eco, getting the AK with 3 bullets left. Hopefully, figure that out. And he doesn't matter. He only needs 1. Picking up Mies. But
Who were just
Road Value Gaming's entire team coordination, I guess is the best phrase to use, between both this map and the one before, we see that Mies and Too Smart are able to play off each other in a way that successfully allows them to take sight not only quickly, but efficiently.
Silent Empire, the favored team in this series, not necessarily living up to the standard that we set for them, of course. And Cash and Mirage, after those 2 are out of the pool, we have Inferno and Overpass coming up, both team-oriented maps, so I expect Silent to put up a better performance on both of them. But traditionally, Silent is pretty good on Mirage, so I'm surprised that it's coming down to a 5-round deficit from them. But Shazzy is going to find the opening. Something he's known for. He's going to look for 2. Zelfar, I'm going to
Reflex. Team in
Or
the
reflex.
back.
not what you want to do.
No, that is not where you want your bullets to go.
Alright, well 5-on-3 situation. And the T's have just pumped the brakes a little bit. The bomb is still down in T spawn. They're gonna need to collect that eventually, and don't even think they're gonna get the chances. They're all just going down one by one. Smokey with a nice shot there at the bottom of the connector, and looking to take out Flu for his 3rd kill. Omen gonna steal it, but that's the round either way. Silent Empire looking to get double digits.
great positioning from Smokey that round. He positioned top stairs, definitely to get that headshot advantage over the Opera connector, and then repositioned again for the Palace guy. Well played by Smokey.
Smokey's like the rock of this team, man. I
He
feel
is the
like
consistent player of this team. Yeah.
yeah, like he's not going off right now. He hasn't gone off in like any maps necessarily, but he's putting up the numbers that he needs to put up, and I think
He had a
having
good
player
game
like
on
that on a team. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, every team needs that, and I feel like Value Gaming doesn't really have that. They have some star players that go off occasionally and then just seem to go absent. But I mean, either way, they're winning by 4 rounds here. Soon to be only 3, as Silent Empire has an excellent A hold. They're left with 3 players left. Too Smart with it all to do.
The very bad smoke on CT, allowing the CTs to get a one-way view of sight, spraying down 2. Very, very, very unfortunate.
Yeah, if you're coming into a grand final, that's not a mistake you can make. You have to learn your smokes and land your smokes, boys. That's how it has to happen.
Those jump vines going.
Of course.
All right.
You
Well,
gotta be wielding the double up on the CT side. AR5 gonna be picking up. I've seen Smokey pick it up before, but it's clear that it can be tossed around. So much skill on this team. Pat Vader still on 4 kills, around 24.
yeah. At this point, if I'm value gaming, I might even be looking at that and saying, okay, let's just go B, and
Yeah.
maybe they listen to me or something, because value gaming looking like a hard push towards B, where they know
Blocks.
Pat Vader's gonna. Of course, yeah, this is an eco. Let's see what they can get done. The Molotov, that's gonna be huge.
AR5 with 2. Pat Vader with 1, AR5 with the 3rd, and turning around and picking up Midnight with his 5.7.
As long as he has someone like AR5 to support him on the site, although he's not having the best game of his life, I feel like it's not as much of a hindrance as some people think, because you have to respect the man's intellectual side of the game. He definitely knows what's going on. He has a great system in place, and he has a great mindset for the game. It's just he's chosen to surround himself by with players whose individual skill is just through the roof. So he doesn't necessarily have to frag, and he's put himself in a position to really focus on what he does best, and that's just learning and understanding the game.
Well, looks like some early mid presence from the Ps. Nothing too substantial. The underpass push might catch Shazzy off guard. He has to be careful there with the open window. Gonna fall back. Now they expect this boost. This is good. They're kind of adjusting to the mistakes that they made earlier. That shows signs of promise. And Shazzy's gonna miss the shot. Mees gonna try to pursue the frag. Not gonna go all the way. Just gonna lay that smoke down and see what he can get Shazzy to do.
Oh, Pat Vader saving Shazzy from a very doomed fortune. Pat Vader, massive play. Too smart. Last one left.
I mean, if we're gonna have one left, it is too smart. That's a good show. That's a good player to have left, and doesn't look like he has much to work. He does have the bomb. It's just that time is kind of running low. He has no forward positioning, stuck in middle, and has no idea where any of these 4 players exist.
Meanwhile, the T's are on 4th round loss bonus, so assuming that they lose this round, we're going to see a half buyout of them next round, probably, if they manage their economy correctly and get another full buyout. By the time it's 13-13, but by that time, Silent Empire would have tied it all up, and they have made the comeback from 6-9, which we always knew was possible. They do have a dominant CD side, especially with that pistol, got a little bit of a boost there. But right now, Silent Empire is on a 4-round streak, something that's definitely concerning if their players are feeling it. AR5, one of the known stars, at 26 kills, so he's definitely feeling hot right now.
Looks like this is just going to be a spread out sort of default with these pistols. Shaz, you're going to pick off me. You're looking for something in the middle. And a little bit of an aggression towards A. This seems very discombobulated from Value Gaming. No sort of game plan going into this, and they're just going to get picked apart.
That seems to be the trend on their ecos, that they just kind of throw them away, if you will. But then we saw some signs of life towards like the Palace push with the flashes, the B push on Cash. I mean, it seems like every other eco round they're trying something coordinated, and then the other one they just kind of like run around. I don't know.
It's weird. There's no consistency. Yeah, there's just none of it. But here we go. We got a buy round, and there it is.
Love it. Love it. Let's get
a third.
We can get 2 more out of here.
Come on, Mies.
Come on, Mies. Come on.
And that's half the server. There we go. We got ops in play. Let's see how this pans out. It's just, I want to say it's stupid, but like it works occasionally. T side
from Pat Vader, top mid.
Was that a mistake?
No, he threw it from CT spawn to hit top mid to prevent mid
Oh
control.
wow,
Yeah.
That was a very nice knock.
Sorry to interrupt you. You can go back to it.
No, that's good. I mean, it's not like they had a mid plan going into that round. I don't think, but I can see that. Yeah. All right. Well, they're spread out across the map, looking for some early picks. Not gonna find any. Zelfer slowly creeping out with the op. Not gonna find anybody. Yet there is one player under Balk. He has to be careful with it, or not under Balk. Sorry, at default, and that A barely gonna touch him. Still a 5-on-5. nothing significant has really happened this round. The utility hasn't really been depleted entirely from the CT side, so they have that opportunity to fend off the initial push. But with 40 seconds left, Value's going to make a move. With 3 ops, you have to play patiently, and on T side, that's really tough to do because you're the one who has to play against the clock. And ops are meant to stop those pushes, those initial pushes. And when you're moving into a bomb site, ops are not ideal. And as you can see, they're just getting picked limb from limb as Smokey peeks out from top connector. The ops reign supreme over the T's and left on a 3-on-1. Me's with it all to do. Gonna find that frag, but there's just no time to get the bomb down. The bomb's all the way at A. AR5 has it on lockdown, and he'd be lucky. He'd be lucky to even save this at this point. Because I think Shazzy knows exactly where he is. He's gonna go for the peak. Oh,
I would have loved to see the wall banger from Chassis though. Yeah, you know, the one on the right.
yeah.
Yeah, that would cool.
No scope.
They're gonna have to force buy up here. Zelfer going for the body armor AK. That's a classic hit move. We're gonna see Khalil come out on too smart because he is too crispy and he can make that little work. Limited utility though, a lot of flashbangs. We're gonna probably see a fast play, a contact play. Looks like they're heading towards the B site here.
They're heading out over to the welcoming arms of Pat Vader, who has been having a rough game.
But AR5 is there, and he got a 4K last time with this AWP. Here's the footsteps. He's ready.
Oh my goodness, there's no execution here. This is just a B rush. They're running straight into the op of AR5. Pat Vader gonna find a frag as well.
Pat Vader has to do more. He's gonna get 2K.
Vader, second.
Pat Vader not reacting to the call, or no call by Shazzy. Shazzy with a fire kill, 2-on-1.
Jazzy burning me's to a crisp.
Too
Omen
smart.
Smokey in market, waiting.
He's got a flash and a dream. Has to get this bomb down. Has time to work with it. If he can somehow sneak... Ooh, that nade. You can somehow isolate this into 1v1s, which he seems to be doing. This is doable.
One
Just
shot
not
headshot
easy.
on the AK there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if he
Wouldn't mind seeing a
can
fake
find his
mine.
angle.
Definitely could draw one out.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. He has...
Yeah.
Does he not think that no one's going cat? I feel like at this point you should be cautious of the cat play, but no one's budging from the market. They're standing still.
He's taking a risk. It is paying off just temporarily. I'm surprised he has not made a move. They're not going to push.
Will
Oh,
be
they
able to
don't-
convince the CTs that he is now going towards the A site.
Oh.
I mean, he has no choice. He is gonna get the bomb down. That's a win in its own right.
It's going to go down in the end. That's really a huge deal. They are up against match point. That Silent Empire did make the comeback. I was wrong. That is their 7th round in a row. They have that ability to just hold you off, grind it out, and just not let you get anything done. And all the rounds that they've been winning convincingly with like 4 alive, 3 alive. The first 5 rounds they won, they had 5 alive and 3 and 4 alive in the next. Their bank is beyond good at this point. And I feel like Value Gaming are just lost and really just have no solution.
This is no longer a game of economy. This is just a game of trying to find rounds here for value, and they have not been successful this half, really. Seemed at one point like they were going to take it. You're absolutely right. Silent Empire has just really strung these rounds together. No mercy whatsoever, and a trade going to happen there. I don't know if that peak from Zelfer was necessary from the Palace. He got a little bit overzealous there. Not going to find anything, and now we're left in a 4-on-4 situation with 2 of Value Gaming's best players left on below 50 HP. So, yeah, it's not looking good.
Misa
Look at
previously.
Flu, though, walking into the B site. No one barely in market. Little does he know.
He has an inclination.
Oh, he does. He certainly does.
Flu left in the 1 versus. Oh,
Yeah. How fitting for AR5 to close it out. 31 kills for the man in the match. 31 and 23 MVPs. Great play overall from AR5 and the rest of the Empire. Once again, Mies and Too Smart on the top. I feel bad because they are putting in the work right now, but Relax is just, or is that his name? Or Reflex? Reflex, yeah.
Reflex.
He's yet to show up in the way that we want to see out of him. We know he has the potential. We've seen him take duels and win them in convincing fashion. But he's just not doing it on a consistent enough basis to really get things going. But I'd love to see it this game. So let's see what can come. Let's go to Ballistics with sponsors.
Hey. Hey, what a great idea. Come to me with sponsors. We'll do that. Let's talk about our sponsors a little bit because we love our sponsors. Um, let's check out this prize again. Silverstone Technology is our prize sponsor. They're providing these SST PM02W-G, and yeah, they're really cool cases. And let me show you also who else is supporting Club Conflict. We have the support of Silverstone. We have the support of Silverstone Technology. We also have the support of GameServers.com. They provide our game servers, and let's not forget Everleap Cloud Hosting. Frag, not lag. They are the what do you call it? The cloud host providers for our website. And yeah, I think we're going to get into this action here pretty quickly. Back to you guys.
I mean, Ballistics, what's your opinion? Who do you think is going to take this map? I'm kind of curious to hear what you have to say.
I think it's just going to be. I really believe Silent Empire is going to be victorious, and I think it's going to be close. But I think they're going to take the next map, and I think the reason for it is just simply going to be cohesion, team cohesion. You know, because what I've seen is, you know, well, I also know that, you know, the other team, Value Gaming, they're just kind of pugging it up with guys that are good, but not necessarily. I don't know if they're a regular team or not, but they don't appear to be playing with great strats. They seem to be leaning on individual skill. That's my input.
I think I absolutely agree because a lot of their plays just don't even involve smokes, just running out of the bomb sites, hoping for the best with the aim. And on a map like Inferno, that shouldn't work at least. But we'll see what goes down. Moving into the fourth map of the Club Conflict Grand Final.
Before we kind of speculated it, but now we can confirm for sure that there is indeed internal turmoil within the camp of Value Gaming. It seems like there's some kind of a miscommunication situation going on.
I did notice that.
You did notice that.
I
I also
did.
noticed it, so I said it. I guess I say
You,
things
John.
once. Back to you with the weather.
All right, I think we need a music break after that. John needs to take a time out, so we'll be back shortly.
Under your touch, feels like I'm far above. Holding on to something we don't need, can't get enough. Ooh, got me up so high, and I know that I'll be fine. With you, don't know what to do. Am I acting like a fool? Love divine, love divine, love divine.
All right, looks like we're going live.
All right.
Alrighty. It's the kit out on Pat Vader again. That's been a consistent talking point of this entire series about the kit and nades every single round. And Value Gaming seem to be running with a single smoke and 2 flashes, heading towards the B bomb site. Would expect nothing less than a B rush based on their track record. Smoke
What
for
else would it
CT.
be?
Midnight gonna find the first one, heading into the site. And they seem to be backing off. See, the rotates.
Just completely dipped.
And yeah, and they dipped. And Smokey's gonna find 4 because that's what Smokey does. He smokes.
Oh my
opponents.
goodness. Is this
Looking
going to
for
be the
the
ace?
And he's gonna back away. Wow, what a conservative nature, dude. This guy. You know, this guy's a team player. Gets 4. That's opportunity to go to the ace. Didn't even take a single point of damage. He's at 100 HP.
Doesn't even need anything. Just going to go ahead and tear this team apart. And wow, just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
That consistent rock we've been talking about in this team just showed up with star power. And after an ace in the pistol round, forcing value onto their last pause.
Looks like we have a bit of an issue.
Yeah, we have a bit of a, and he just seems like we got a disconnect in the
I don't.
and the terrorist side expressing interest. They want to play a 4 versus 5 scenario.
I mean, apparently they'd prefer bot.
I'm not really sure what's going on. The Value Gaming is not playing like Value Gaming.
Oh boy. Okay. And
if it wasn't confirmed in the bag for Silent Empire before, it sure is.
This should be it. But I mean, you never know. We do have fraggers on the T side. Too Smart, and it's midnight. Actually, all 4 of these players, excluding Zelfer, who's no longer on the team, I guess, have been going off at different moments in the series. So I mean, if we can all see them step up at once, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you have to no doubt favor Silent. I thought Silent was going to win this, perhaps in a 16-8, 16-9 kind of fashion, but at this point, I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see a 16-3, 16-4.
Yeah, this is.
But you know, anything could happen. We could get some star performances from Too Smart. He's shown it before. We've seen Midnight play consistently good. Me's showing up. Flu's even had his moments. But a 4v5 in a grand final against a very structured team, who's practiced enough to convert 4v5 scenarios, even when they do get the advantage themselves. It's a little bit far-fetched.
Yeah, this is a lot to ask from the T side, and I mean, it's unfortunate. I feel like they had a lot of promise. They were up at one point, I believe 13-7 in that last map. Kind of threw it away there at the end. Just didn't really have a strong T side, and now I guess that has left the team in shambles. We saw some sort of miscommunication from earlier, and that's kind of turned into something bigger to the point where now they're in a permanent 4v5. So I guess that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Very, very disappointing move made by Exelfer.
Oh,
I had hopes.
I did too, but poor sportsmanship, man.
I mean, to be honest, he was not good.
I don't want to say that.
I'm sorry.
Statistically, he was the weakest in comparison to his camaraderie on his squadron of players. For a better choice of words.
There we go. I mean, yeah.
He
if
did
you want
not
to be
add
smart
as
about
much as he possibly could to the team. Perhaps if he was not.
You're just tiptoeing around the words I'm using.
I'm trying to tiptoe.
You're doing a good job, but it's.
I'm trying.
Bottom line is he was.
Bottom line, it's a 4v5,
so
and this game is going to go as expected. If not, then I have some evaluating to do of my.
I mean, you should already have quit the game. You lost.
Yeah, no, we're already at that point. Yeah. I wouldn't expect anything whatsoever tactical out of Value Gaming at this point. They are just going to run around like headless chickens.
Yeah, there it is. Fitting for the map Inferno.
Headless. Shazzy's gonna.
I don't know about you, but when that update happened, Halloween, and the chickens had like they were ghosts. That really screwed with me because they were just very distracting and.
They were scary. I got spooked.
Yeah, no, I wasn't a fan. I mean,
trick or treat. I sure got tricked.
I certainly did.
And I guess Silent Emperor got a treat because they're in a 4v5.
Oh, you tried so hard.
I tried.
And wow, that's a knife round. That's I mean, not a knife round, a knife coming into the back of Me's right off the.
I've seen Too Smart with the full buy. Armor Galil. I'm gonna go down almost immediately. And we're looking at the full eco. Coming out
Pat
from,
Vader just trying to nerf his own teammate.
Yeah, give him a chance, maybe.
Pat Vader with the triple spray down, showing what he's made of. IGO, he's an aimer too.
Absolutely.
GG's coming out in the chat. Not promising signs for the boys from Value Gaming. P90's gonna come out again from Too Smart. This time, not wielded by Reflex because he is no longer with us. But Too Smart going to be taking up that mantle of the P90. That's going to look do some damage.
In memory of Zelfer.
In memory of Zelfer. Wait, did he leave because we called him I really hope not.
I think maybe he got a little bit upset.
I think
No,
that was-
it doesn't matter.
Anyway,
Now that I think about it, it doesn't matter. Who cares?
let's just hop right back into it. I feel like this is, at this point, we're watching to see if we can get a 16-0. I think
I wouldn't put it past him.
I think it's possible. I honestly say it's
I
like
don't like
50-50.
wishing that upon value gaming, but it seems to be that that's the direction it's heading.
Absolutely, yeah.
If I was a gambling man, then I would have
Oh boy.
placed a bet onto the situation of this becoming 16-0. But the B-side defense about to be tested. AR5 gonna find 2 huge frags left in a 1-3 scenario. Shazzy creeping around construction.
Oh,
James, what are your thoughts on the scenario?
honestly, I had many thoughts, numerous thoughts, and those thoughts are very thought-provoking. Back to you,
Alright.
Witch.
There we go.
Kate, what are your thoughts?
Marty going to be eating the mic, and me's left in a 1 versus 3 situation with it all to do. Looking to find a singular round for value gaming, just not. Oh.
Shazzy gonna be firing.
Wow!
A little bit early there.
That fake flash worked, man! Oh, I wouldn't expect that to work, but
We expect more from Shazwald.
we do expect more from Shazwald.
The fake. Oh, so it actually is. Okay.
So, I mean,
Not really much to discuss. In
not
terms
not much to analyze other than this is not really close.
I can't see it being close. Can I leave during a major? Says
And
undisclosed
it would be value
player.
gaming continuously. just
Shazzy,
forward.
aggressive as ever, going to be taking that banana peak. Considering going back for seconds, not full yet is Shazzy.
All right, we're gonna take over here, Johnny. you've done your best, but
Shazzy's not playing like Shazzy.
Shazzy's most certainly not playing like Shazzy. And now in a
Too
4-on-2
smart is-
situation.
Oh, you mean a 5-on-3?
I don't think Shazzy knows that he's got a mem. Oh, you heard the flashbang. A mistake made. I flew pre-firing, couple corners just be taken down by Shazzy in the sight, and then we are just left with me. Oh, it looks like Too
Yeah.
Smart is gone
Okay.
as well.
He's
And
I-
the stats come in.
Yes, I'm afraid to say that we're in a scenario where there is no going back, and as that betting man, the 16-0 is looking very prominent.
no, it was a 6-0.
It's just the throw one at in that tens digit spot.
All right, well that's it. I mean that's the game. That's it. That's it. That's it. So I mean, looks like Value Gaming stepped out of it.
Silent did play a couple good maps. If this was a best of 3, they would have won 2-1 anyway. So I feel like they were the
had
favorite team
potential.
and the deserving winners of the title. Gonna see some vulgar language in the chat.
This is an unfortunate way to end it. I think
That it
had
is.
this continued and we had all 10 players in the server,
It could've been
Silent
close.
Empire still would have taken. Yeah, I still think Silent Empire would have won, but it would have absolutely been a respectable match. I think maybe Value Gaming had the potential to get double digits on them.
Yeah.
They had the aimers to do it, but not the coordination, and they were certainly not friends with each other.
I do feel I do feel bad.
Honestly, overall, Silent Empire coming in victorious. We've gone against them in the past. We've seen their teamwork firsthand, and now we have been able to observe it in action. How they cope with loss and how they mix up their game, just counteract what their enemies doing. Very impressive overall gameplay by every single member of Silent Empire. All of them doing well in their own aspects.
And is it not beautiful? It is beautiful. I'll spoil it.
Well, what do you know? I mean, that's Value Gaming just
That
kind
is
of
the
fell
game.
apart in the final map.
I do
think
feel,
if I were Too Smart, I wouldn't have gotten so quick to get rid of that guy. I mean, he's at least a meat shield. He could give you a lot of intel when he dies. I mean, there's uses to have a person like that. I mean,
Yeah, it's okay to have a person like that as a meat shield, but in a grand final,
well, yeah, it's frustrating, but
Tensions
I
are high
would
and
rather
such,
have. I don't know. I would rather have a full
Yeah.
team.
Nah, I'm with you, Ballistics. I just think if you're stuck in a Discord with someone you just don't agree with on,
he refused to
on
join
that
Discord. Apparently,
Oh,
that was
wow.
the part.
I mean, okay, that's even worse, I guess, because you don't even have the opportunity to argue it out or maybe
Yeah.
hash something out.
He left it like after the first map.
So
Well,
it's just,
you know, I think Value Gaming put up a valiant fight. They really did against Silent Empire,
Yeah.
who was a dominant force all season long. And they put up a good fight. They really did. So they don't have anything to
Yeah.
be ashamed about. They just didn't finish their whatever, the fourth map. But we knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks,
Seems
guys. You
like-
did a great job. Talk about do some more talking here. What do you want to analyze?
I just want to say that Silent Empire definitely proved that they were the best team in the league. When you're down 13-7, they were down in the past 2 minutes, and they grinded it out. Eventually, weren't successful in getting that overtime conversion on cash. But I mean, on the Mirage, it was 13-7 at one point. They grinded it back. They won it, I think, 16-13. I don't remember the exact scoreline, but to have that mental fortitude, Pat Vader, I think, is hugely influential in doing that. You know, as the leader of the team, he's got to keep his troops rallied. Clearly did a very good job. There wasn't any bickering, at least that we're aware of, you know, on the server between the two, between any of the teammates. So if you can have all 5 players in a server ready to go, agreeing with each other on the same page, and have this system set in place by a mastermind like Pat Vader, I think you're destined to do great things, and that's what we saw today.
Yeah.
I think that teamwork is huge because we've seen, everywhere that everyone on Silent Empire they're continuously backing each other up. They're getting those trades, whereas on the other team on Value Gaming, it was 2 Spartan knees constantly trying to carry it all, and
Yeah.
that teamwork. You don't have that foundation, you can't build yourself anyway.
Yeah, the teamwork obviously very impactful and a prominent factor of Silent Empire's success all season, 10-0 in the regular season. But when you look at the individuals, although we expected Shazzy to step up beyond what he did, even though he played even a great game just in general, we just expected him to drop like 50 kills a match, but it didn't happen. AR5 stepped up beyond belief. He had a great game on what was it, Cash or Mirage, right?
Yeah, it was,
Yeah, he dropped 31 kills. Yeah, he had a great game there. Smokey impressed me beyond belief.
Especially with the first map on Nuke with his entry frags on T side.
Exactly. Ace on pissed around here. Shazzy's always there. Pat, great mind for the game. Omen, always there, trading, being a supportive element of the team. This is a well-functioning unit. I'd like to see them stay together. I'd like to see them do things more in the future, come back for season 21.
So how about MVPs for each team? What are the thoughts?
Ooh.
Oh, there's no doubt on the other team. It was too smart, in my opinion.
Yeah.
well, what about Zelfer?
Zup.
No,
not going.
well, I guess he's in for it. You're allowed to have your opinion. Professional opinion does count.
Right. Well, no, absolutely. I agree with you. Too Smart was the shining star for Value Gaming. Wasn't enough in the end. I think in terms of, I mean, of course he played well on the server, but we saw that there was some commotion between him and Zelfer. I think if he was more professional about it, took it a bit more seriously, there's potential for that to go, you know, a little bit further. But in terms of fragging and in the server, yeah, he was number 1 on their team. And I think for Silent Empire, I don't know, who do you think was the MVP?
Honestly, that there's so much teamwork amongst the team that I can't discern a true MVP because they all showed in different moments, different.
Everybody had their
moments.
moments. You're right. Every map. I think the one person that would probably be consistently overperforming would have been Pat Vader. Just because there were times when he wasn't performing, but you looked at the score line and you couldn't see it because he kept the team going. And so, like, for a guy that I think deserves an MVP without the points, would probably Pat Vader for being IGL, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, the amount of work he's put into this team, it's well deserved. This win, it's clear, it's evident in their play that like he's implementing a lot of his own stuff. He's looking at the pros, seeing what they're doing. He's just implementing a great system that's working with all these players. In terms of consistency, though, I have to give props to Smokey. He did play a great series overall. Like, he didn't drop 30 every game, but at least 20 every game. Like, he played
impactful every man.
Yeah.
Very good stuff.
Good stuff, guys. Well, thank you. Well, I'd like to mention one more time our sponsors. Thank you to GameServers.com. Thank you for them providing the servers. Thank you to Everlead Cloud Hosting for being our host, and especially to Silverstone Technology for providing these awesome cases. We're going to show them one more time. These cases are really cool. These cases are awesome. They're provided by Silverstone Technology. We're going to provide 5 of these from Silverstone. They're going to ship these wonderful cases off to the winners, which is Silent Empire. And congratulations to everybody, especially Silent Empire, Pat Vader, and all those guys. You did a great job. And thank you, Kadin. Thank you very much, Marty Jr. and kwidge. You guys did a great job casting. Appreciate it. And I hope to see you guys next season as well.
Of course.
Absolutely. See you then.
Right on. Okay, so we're done for the night. Have a good night, folks. Thank you.
All right. See you, Buster.
See ya.